Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Captain Coder here once again on a beautiful Wednesday morning here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Beautiful day from me to you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We got the whole crew, folks, the whole crew. Moon is coming at us. Moon is coming at us from underneath the chair. No, underneath the desk. From Moon is coming at us from the chair beneath the standing desk. That's a good place to hide. That's a good place to hide. That's right. We got the whole crew, Moon is the whole crew. We got MMO Pug with the hype wave. Thank you for the hype wave, MMO Pug. How are you on this beautiful day, my friend? How are you? Dramulx. We also got Dramulx here. Whoa. Holy moly, the dev dad's rating us. Oh, 56. Holy cannoli. That's a lot of developers, folks. That's a lot of viewers. DevDad, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. I was watching your stream. It looked like you had a very productive day. Very productive day. I know we just started here, so I essentially just have just your viewers. I can give you, but I'm gonna give you, folks, just in case, the crew that was here beforehand doesn't already know how much I love the DevDad, folks. The DevDad. The Dead Dav is an absolutely amazing software developer, streamer, and father, folks, and father. Building a productivity app called Embedder in his spare time, and you can watch it unfold live on his stream, folks. Live on his stream. You gotta check it out. You gotta go check it out. Incredible streamer. One of my favorite. Hang on, folks. Look. Here, see this little chat window here? See this little chat window? If that heart's not green, what's wrong with you? You gotta click it. You gotta give him some love. DevDad, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you very much. And I love your stream. I love your stream very, very much. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for the raid. Holy cow. All right, so we got all this. Let's see if I can hear. Proton's asking, how can the stream compile? Look, how does anything compile? You just gotta it just means putting it together. Putting it together. With my special, Glass Cow stream compiler. The glorious Glass Cow stream compiler, folks. We are working on a game jam, folks. We are getting there. We're doing it. Triv NGE, welcome aboard, my friend. So happy to have you here on this beautiful day. That's right, Moon. It was a holy cannoli moment. A holy cannoli moment. We also got Vim Surf. Vim Surf. I love that name. Oh no, you missed my entry, Shady. I missed your entry. What did you say? Shady, I missed it. I'm sorry I missed. Oh, Shady, there it is. Start coroutine, watch stream, Captain Code. I don't know how I missed it. That's fascinating. I need to have like a little checkbox I click as I go through. That would be great. Yeah, I just got, that raid hit. That raid hit hard with 56. Oh my God, 56 viewers. Thank you so much again, DevDad. So happy you're here, my friends. We are working on. We just hopped in here. The stream's just started. I'm overloaded a little bit. I'm overloaded just a little bit, so I've got to recollect. The DevDad says, thanks for the shout. Can't wait to see how the jam goes. It's going super well, my friend. It's going super well. Unity Coder, hello, my friend. Happy Wednesday. How the heck are all of you today? It's so nice to have all of you here. Lance, good morning, my friend. How are you doing? You got a couple hours left of work, I suppose. Hope that's going super well, my friend. Hope you had a great couple days off, maybe just a day off. I can't remember if you had a day or a couple days off. We got everyone, the whole crew here. Everyone's here, folks. This is amazing. So what the heck are we working on? We're doing the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023. Lance said I actually had the 3 off. It was a good weekend. I'm glad to hear it. That sounds awesome. That sounds great. I've had, I had a, what would you call it? So we have 2 weeks, a 14-day vacation, but there's like a weekend on an end of that. So it's like 17 days. I'm on a 17-day vacation, folks, which is beautiful and fun. It's almost too much time. Luckily, this game jam. Zuperdan, thank you for being here. Zuperdan, luckily, is hosting this incredible game jam so I can spend my time occupied rather than just twiddling my thumbs, not doing anything. This is exciting, folks. We made so much progress. A 7-day jam it's not enough time, and it's also too much time. It's this weird feeling of, oh, I'm burning out. Today's gonna be a 3-cup of coffee day, maybe a 4-cup of coffee day. But I'm on my first cup of coffee right now. I waited. I was so tempted. I got up about 2 hours ago. I've been so tempted to drink that cup of coffee before my stream started. But you know what? I waited. I held out that delayed gratification, folks. It's a slippery slope. That's right, Zipper Dan. It is a slippery slope. I typically, if we go check out my itch page, the jams that I typically do are Tri-Jam. And I stopped for a while. These are too short. So this is the other end of the spectrum. So Tri-Jam is a 3-hour game jam. What can you do in 3 hours? 3 hours. Yeah, so the Tri-Jam is 3 hours. And then I'd done the Bored Pixel Jam. This one was this is essentially my first ever game here that I made. It's terrible. And then this one was a 2-week jam. This one felt like the correct amount of time. The 2 weeks was, so interestingly enough, 2 weeks felt like a good amount of time compared to 1 week, even though I think I spent less time on this than I did than I'm doing on a 1 week one. Anyway, this 1 week here, it's been fabulous so far, but man, the Tri-Jam is awesome. Question, Proton asks, what does DevDad like to do most? Answer, forking child processes. I don't know. DevDad, what do you think about that? But yeah, we're forking processes sometimes. Every time you open up an application, I think you fork a process. Is that true? I don't know how Windows works. Shai says 3 hours is the time it takes for Unity to load. That's true. So one thing about the Tri-Jam is planning doesn't get counted in that 3 hours. So you can plan as much. So that's one of the things I really like about the Tri-Jam is it's all about, okay, I need to come up. I know I only have 3 hours. So what's the one mechanic that I'm going to try and get in there? And what I've done, I started to collect all my graphics and my audio and stuff ahead of time. Like, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Boom, and I get it done. And I've streamed that just on YouTube and recorded that before. Absolutely beautiful. But what are we working on here? We're doing the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. What do I want to try and get done today? We've made a ton of progress. We have made a ton of progress on this. And I've been streaming. Not streaming. I've been working on this quite a bit off stream. Made a ton of progress in this Dungeon Crawler here. We decided, I met with my team last night, we re-scoped a little bit. We've changed it so we actually have 4 stats for duality. We talked about it a little bit. And so we have body and mind, sun and moon. Body, mind, sun and moon. Let's see, is there anything on the screen that might give away what the last one is? Sun and moon, yin and yang. What do you guys think that last stat's gonna be? Any guesses on what the last duality stat is? Dramox, yeah, so the artist is supposed, I think they're working on a different bar for each one. So we have it in the list of things to do. At the very least, I'll change it. Hot and cold's a good guess. Sanity, insanity, good guess. Sober, drunk, Superdan, sober, drunk. Oh, maybe we should do the sober, drunk there. I like that. I hope someone's doing that. I hope someone's doing a sober, drunk dungeon crawler. That's hilarious. Moon is asked, has anyone actually seen Captain's team? Or is it just a figment of the captain's imagination? Godot and Unity. Oh, the game. Ooh. I have such a. Oh, man. Shiny, where were you when the game jam was starting? That would have been such a good theme. Godot and Unity. Sick and Healthy is a good one, too. No one's got it yet. Which makes me think it's maybe not that good. Maybe it's not a good one. I thought it might be showing on the screen, but it's not. All right. Good guesses, everybody. For all of those guesses, folks. For doing all of these great guesses. 50 points to all of you for all those guesses. I appreciate that. White and black, that's a good one too. These are all good dualities. All right. I'm gonna reveal it. And so you guys let me know. Let me know what you think of this. Streaming / sanity. Oh, Mooniz. Yes, exactly. How'd you guess? That's guess. I didn't think anyone would ever guess that. All right. So the last one is going to be rage and calm. Rage and Calm. Although we might work on the name of those, but the idea is, yeah, Rage and Calm. I originally had Fear and Calm, and then someone suggested Rage and Calm. I was like, ooh, that's really good, because it goes with sort of like the theme of like sun. So each of the gods embodies one side of this here, and then the other side. So you sort of have sun. What is it? Sun. Let me go look at it. I can't even remember now. Rage and Calm. Noisy and Quiet. I like, ooh, Noisy and Quiet's a really good one too. That one, oh, that would have been good. That would have been good. I need to come up with a name. We need to come up with a name for our project as well. Right now I'm just calling it Balance. Codename Balance. But let's see, what are all the stats? Where are my stats here? Player stats. I don't see how you'll implement Sun and Moon as you're located in a closed journey. So Sun and Moon, we're gonna implement those a little bit today. So we're not doing like night and day, because my original thought was like night and day would be good, but we're in sort of like a closed area. So you're right, Sun and Moon. We're in like this temple where you're ascending towards the sun god and descending towards the moon god. Dramulx, I'm balance. Harmony, ooh, Harmony. Proton, that's a good name. I'm gonna see if my team likes it. I really like Harmony. 50 points, Proton. Thank you so much for that. I gotta write that down. Harmony. Ooh, I love that, Harmony. And what? Ooh, I love it. I think Harmony is a good name, and maybe the character's name will be Harmony. I'm gonna share real quick. I gotta share that with my team, because I think that's so good. Let me see here. What do you think about the name Harmony? Maybe even the name of the protagonist. All right. Android and iOS. Man, I really hope some people had fun with this theme here, folks. I really hope people had fun with this theme when I go and check out some of the games. Okay, so what have we done here? Ooh, I don't know if we can hear it too. Also, our composer here. Let's see if I added music here. I'm gonna see. I'm not sure how it's gonna come across, but there is a single track right now. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it. Wait, can I even hear it? Okay, it's really quiet. Brian Visual, good morning. Let's see if I can crank up the audio. I think it might be really hard to hear. Someone tell me whether or not you're hearing it. That ambiance. Welcome to the Temple of the Sun. The Temple of the Sun you must traverse and find. The rune of the sun. Isn't that eerie? Isn't this ambiance great? Holy moly, I can't believe how good it is. All right. Let's try it. I love it. Sorry, this music's probably way too loud now. Give me a second here to turn this back down. Okay. There, I was so happy with the music they produced there, that audio here. Oh, we got a new crew member, folks. Brian Visual. Thank you for following me today. I said, Brian Visual, welcome to the crew. I'd like to thank you for following me on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I'd like to say again, welcome to Captain Coder's Academy, where we learn to code and grow as a crew together. Brian Visual, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I am Captain Coder. I appreciate you being here on this beautiful day, my friend. We are working on a game jam, folks. All right, so today, what do I want to get done today in this game? So we do have some temple, statue stuff. Let me show you real quick. I did implement a little, I played around with this. The center ability here. All right, so as you guys know, it's all about balance. The idea here is if any of these ever get all the way maxed out, you're gonna be sad. Maybe not. But so each of these different sides, there's going to be a rune for each one. So that's why I needed to come up with, in my mind, we had to come up with two, because every one of these stats is going to be embodied by a rune. Fabic says, hi, Captain. The game looks great. Thank you so much, Fabic. I appreciate that. So one way you can do, the center is called balance, and so you can focus in. Maybe we'll change this rune to be called harmony. I like Harmony Proton, such a good suggestion. When you use just this rune, it says you take a deep breath and focus inward, and then after a moment, your energies start to go back to center. So it balances you out. You find the harmony. Ooh, harmony, I love that so much. We need different, absolutely, Shady. I need different textures for everything. I need different, the artist is working on it. This is all just, hopefully, mostly placeholder stuff right now. I don't think I don't think any art in here is like the set in art just yet, but we'll find out. Definitely need some different textures in general. This was just slapped together to make it there. Dungeon crawlers are always a gem, yeah. Unicoder variations on Proton named Realms of Harmony. I like that too. Ooh, I like it. Okay. So what do I want to get done today? Oh, my mentor is floating here, legs crossed in the meditative trance. So your mentor has brought you here. There's a statue here. So you find these statues, and this is just placeholder. We're gonna have some pictures and stuff in here. We have a statue here standing tall. You're gonna find these statues and take the runes. All right, and as you go through, you collect, there's gonna be 9 runes that you need to collect. The first one your mentor will give you. And then you have these different statues that you can use to take the runes. Okay, so what I want to do now, so this one's the sun rune, and this is just placeholder art, folks. Placeholder art, hopefully. Sun rune. This is the moon rune. Okay, and then we have the balance rune, and so the different combinations of these will do different things. And then there's sort of these portals right here. So right now this goes to the Temple of Yin. This one goes to the Temple of Yin. Okay, and you can come back here if you need to. Lobster Kovic, welcome aboard. Welcome back, my friend. Okay, and so deep in here, let's see if I can find it. I'm in the Temple of Yin, so I need to go south and west to get. So there's this first area is just a bit of a maze. We're gonna be adding in some enemies here. Am I going the right way? This looks like I'm not. This looks like I'm just. Here we go. Okay, so we come over here. There's a statue here too. So imagine a statue here. A statue of the Sun Deity Souls here. So in this spot, we take the rune. We're gonna get, this is the Yin rune. All right, so now we're gonna be able to shoot fireballs. So if you combine the Sun Moon and the Yin rune together, it shoots fireballs. The Sun rune by itself casts, see the light that's glowing around you? That's actually gonna cast a light spell so you can see. And then this one here is gonna actually cast a dark spell. So there's gonna be in areas where it's too bright to see, and you have to cast, use the moon to reduce the light so you can see, and then the light rune will make it so you can see in dark areas. All right, and then the combination of these two together shoots a fireball, and then the combination of these two together is gonna shoot an ice ball. So let's go get that rune, see if I can find my way back to the entrance here. It's looking like, yeah, it's like, I wouldn't call it a good game, but it's a playable. It's playable. I might need to, I'm lost. I might need to pull out, let's see down here. I might need to pull out my map. I think it's, there it is. Okay, So that right here, there's going to be stairs leading down to the air here is cold and damp. So this is sort of where you start going down, and this might actually turn into ascension. You might go down here, but you're going to enter this room, and it's going to be too bright to enter this area here. It's going to be too bright to enter the area through here. When you step out here, it's just going to be pure white. You're not going to be able to see anything, and you'll be able to use this spell. You'll be able to use this rune to make it so that you can actually see and navigate through this area. But basically, there's going to be a force here. It's going to be too bright to see, and it's going to force you back into this spot. All right, so we come back into here. Let's go into the other side. So this is actually the Temple of Yang now. Similar, the Temple of Yang has it's going to be too dark to see, and you have to click this to light to cast the light spell so you can actually see. Okay, where is this? So we are in the Temple of Yang, so I need to go north and east to get to the this way. All right, so now then there's going to be a statue here. And there's another statue here. The dark statue stands in a silent chamber, its arms extended in a gesture of supplication. Its surface is rough and uneven, a stark contrast to the smooth stone of the chamber walls. A single rune hovers in the air above the statue's hand, spinning slowly and casting an eerie glow across the room. You reach out and touch the rune, and as soon as your fingers brush against it, it starts to spin faster, vibrating with a strange energy. The darkness of the room quickly envelops you, and when your vision returns, the rune is gone. You feel a strange and unfamiliar power within your body, a dark energy that you can feel in your bones. Something deep within you is stirring, and you can feel it slowly calling you towards something unknown. You now know the power of the Yang rune. All right, so we can do this here. Unicode says, looking forward to having voice actor reading in game. I'm not sure if that's an insult or you're telling me I should record the voice. I'm not sure. And here's the entrance again. Okay, so that's sort of what we have so far. We got to make 4 more, at least 4 more is not quite right, but essentially there's going to be 4 more runes you have to collect today. What are my goals today? All right, so today, folks, I want to add the light spell, shade spell, fireball, and ice ball spells. All right, so the goal is to add in those 4 things. And then if I can do it, I want to add in a really simple enemy placeholder where there's an enemy in there and it sort of moves around and you have to shoot projectiles and it shoots projectiles at you as well. All right, but that's what we have so far. It's playable. It's playable. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do still, though. That's okay. We still have what? We still have 14 days to finish this, though. So the game jam, no, we don't. We have barely any time. We've got essentially 2 days to finish it, and then 1 day to like get it all together, massaged it all well, nice and together. This has been an awesome game, DevDo. It's been awesome. Really enjoying it. Okay, so now I want to go down into my scripts, abilities, and I'm doing some really hacky stuff here just to make it work. So I have my balance ability. I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna make this called the light ability. And we're just gonna modify this. It's gonna open on my, okay, it opened on the right screen. How's the font? Is the font small? I can't tell anymore if the font is small. Another name suggestion, the Prodigy. That one's all right. That one's all right. I don't like that one as much as Harmony. Harmony is such a good suggestion. This is going to be our light ability. And notice I'm not doing any sort of real abstractions here. I'm just slapping things together very, very quickly to just get things working here. So my balance has sort of like this sort of thing in here. It'd be nice to implement a sort of reusable ability, like skill type system, but we got to move fast, Sonic style, folks. We're going fast. Got to go faster, because there's no time. All right, so on use, we want to basically be able to turn on this. The player needs to have a light that's on or off. So when you use it, a light source happens, and it's going to use up. Sorry, my body needed that coffee. It's going to use up. First, we have to check, do we have enough sun energy to use it? So it's going to use your sun energy, and then it's going to turn on a light source for you. So it's going to increase your light source. So there's a couple things I have to do here, but the first one I'm going to do, so I'm just going to clear out, and then we have this like interrupt. And I'm not sure how the interrupt's going to work for this specific spell. This was so the balance spell, if you take damage or you move or try and do anything, the concentration gets interrupted. So you can't just use that anytime. You can only use that if there's a second to rest. So it's like sort of like your rest button in a lot of games. You have an ability to rest. Okay, so this one basically needs to set a flag that you have the light ability on. When you balance, it's going to also turn the light ability off. And then do I have a reference to the overall, let's open this up, balance ability. How did I find that? I think my balance ability, how do I even start this thing? On use. We have a reference. Oh, it just calls on use here. Gotcha. Royal C-Dub Gaming in the house. Royal C-Dub Gaming, so happy to see you on this beautiful Wednesday. How the heck are you, my friend? So nice to see you. It's nice to see you here. So this looks up. Okay, so then we add the ability. So the just light ability. Yeah. Okay, so there's gonna be a small start delay. So, okay, so we go to start the spell. And so we just have a neat little message here. You begin to focus on, so what's the message that says, okay, is balance is also, is balance is gonna be like, has enough energy. Can cast is sort of what I'm going to do here. And this is going to be the check that tells us whether or not we have enough sun to perform this task. We got a couple new crew members, folks. Real quickly. Let's take it. Let's give you. We got Two Deer and Giovan. Two Deer and Giovanni Silva. Two Deer, Giovan Silva. Two Deer, thank you for following me. I appreciate you today. Giovanni Silva, I would like to thank you for following me today. Happy Wednesday, folks. Thank you so much for following Two Deer and Giovanni. I think it's Giovanni Silver. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, folks. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy, where we learn and code and grow together. This week, we're not doing so much as learning as just hacking our way through the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023. We're hacking our way through this, trying to get it done. We got 2 days left. But if you have any questions, program related or otherwise, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer. I can't promise I will always answer, but hello, my friends. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you here. Oh, and if I'm pronouncing your names incorrectly, feel free to correct me. I want you to feel welcome, and one way I like to make you feel welcome is saying your name correct. So feel free to let me know if I'm saying it incorrectly. Royal C-Dub, that's okay. There's no, this is a tough jam. This jam's, I've been going, it's hard. It's a really hard jam. Okay, so can cast. We basically have to check if we have sun. If player, let's see, how am I getting it? It's player stat in game, all right, game manager dot instance. Two Deer says, well, that introduction deserves a sub, but for some reason I can't. It's because I'm not an affiliate. I don't like the ads, so I don't do it. I don't like the ads, and I also like to cross stream to YouTube where all the stuff comes through. No need to sub here. I don't need it. If you want to, though, if you want to support the captain, there's a couple ways to do it. One way you can do it is on Ko-fi. On Coffee, you're welcome to sub over there if you'd like to. No need to sub on Coffee if you don't want to. Look, folks, the captain doesn't need it. All the money that I'm making on Coffee is going to be going back into Captain Coders Academy, where I'm going to be using it to hire for our game jam coming up in June. I'm going to be using that money to hire mentors and tutors to help people out who are trying to learn. So if you want to, you can do it on Coffee. You can also, another way you can, if you don't want to just, if you want to get something back, I'm also a Humble Bundle partner. So if you want to get something back, another way you can support the captain is over on Humble Bundle. Go to humble.captaincoder.org, folks. Sorry to get distracted here. I just, since someone's asking, how do I sub? Well, you can't, but you can support in other ways. Captain Coder, Humble Bundle, and Girls Who Code, folks. These Girls Who Code is my selected charity. I know this says ends on April 3rd, but they extended it. This game design bundle, highly recommend it. And if you already want this or you don't want this, if you already have it or you don't want that, just click that activate support button. Any purchase you make here, 10% goes to the captain, 10% goes to Girls Who Code, and you can adjust that amount depending in your settings. All right, folks, we're gonna hop back into it. But Two Deer, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Happy to have you. Oh, we also got, look, we got another great, we got another crew member. Shadow Crushers, I would like to say thank you for following on the third day of wait, no, wrong song. Shadow Crushers, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the crew. Let's see if I can sing you a real song. Hang on. Let me think. The anthem compiling. Shadow Crushers, you're the one who makes streaming so much fun, I adore you, Shadow Crushers, and I would like to say again, thank you for following me. Shadow Crushers, welcome aboard, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm happy to have you here. Shiny Games with the Shiny Games here. That face. That's right. That's Pepe? Is that what you look? Captain Coder's a simpleton. Is that a Pepe meme? I can't remember who that little frog fella is. Anyway, welcome aboard. We're gonna get in here. We're hopping in here. Whether or not we can cast this thing. Okay, so we can cast it if we have enough. Sun magic. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to set the sun magic to a certain amount. So player stats. We're going to do game manager.instance.player.stats. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out into a var. Player stats. And we just want to check. Can I get the sun player stats.stat? It'd be nice to be able to give a single stat and get that out. Real C-Dub says, I will do your game jam. I'm gonna try to make that game in Python. Nice. Do you have a framework you're planning to use, like Pygame? Sorry, folks, if I missed some chat, just let me know. I'm not missing anything intentionally. All right, so in this case, we want sun. And then we're gonna do parts, the sun part. Gonna do parts. Does this give me back? What is parts? Gives me a left stat and a right stat. Okay, so the left stat. All right, so then we're gonna do. I should probably make it so I can just pass in a single stat here for convenience. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so in our stat, let's come over to this method. This gives me a dual stat. I want to make it, okay, so public player stat. This isn't going to be a player stat. Is it going to be a player stat? Player stat, dual stat. This is just going to be a plain stat. Okay. So a public stat, stat. Oh, I don't think I can do this. Dual, this is taking a single stat. Can I do that? I think it's going to tell me that the return type has to match. Return default. Let's see what happens here. You have to head out to mow some grass. Enjoy. I mean, maybe it's hard to enjoy mowing grass. Maybe you do, though. I know some people do. Enjoy your day, Royal C-Dub. Have yourself a beautiful day, my friend. As always, keep coding, keep growing. Be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. You do not have to hesitate to come on back. MJT says public stat, 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 OMG. That's right, public stat, 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 stat. Public stat, 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 stat. We got to get on that stat. Guys, did you know today's stream is brought to you by the letter C? Do you know what C stands for? C is for Code Rad Games, folks. Code Rad Games is, I always botch that. Code Rad Games with an S at the end. Code Rad Games. Amazing developer, folks, making a horrifying 2D Souls-like game called Roguelite. On the screen here, you can see me failing to defeat this gorilla monster. This gorilla, it's gonna chew you up, spit you out, and leave you begging for more. If you want a game that's challenging, you want a game that's fun, you want a game that's everything you ever wanted, you gotta check out Roguelite, folks. Code Rad Games, here's a streamer. Give him some love. Hit that little heart. Hit that little heart. It's a beautiful game. It's horrifyingly tough. And go check him out. You want to check it out, and then click that link. Wishlist that, baby. Wishlist it. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Code Rad, how are you on this beautiful day, my friend? I assume you're working. Well, you've been working hard lately. All right, so I want this stat here, and we're gonna go through. All right, we're gonna do again. We're just writing some hacky hacks here. Some hacky hacks. Because we're just getting through. So for each player stat and stat, if stat dot if stat is equal to player stat dot how do I do this? Player stat hang on. Why don't you work? Player stat dot what is player stat dot stat? Oh, it's a left and right. Player stat dot left. How do I know? Parts dot left. Okay, if stat equals player stat dot left, we're gonna return player stat dot. When I don't want to return, I want to return. What do I want to return here? I don't even know what I want to return. My brain is all turned around. I think this needs to be an int, so I want to get the value of that. So it's gonna be player stat dot left, not left percent. Player stat dot part value of stat. There we go. This is so wild. Then we're gonna say if stat equals player stat dot part dot right, we're gonna get out the right side of it. All right, this is some crazy code. I think it's gonna work the way we want. We also got another crew member. We got all sorts of people signing up today at Captain Coders Academy because people love to code. People love to be here. I'm so glad I don't know if that's true, but I love that you guys love to be here, it seems. Is it B-Ags? Bags? I'm not sure how to pronounce this. B-Ags, and also that GoPre, that Dumpy, that emote's the best. Beegs, okay. Beegs, oh Beegs, I'd like to thank you for following Captain Coder. Hey Biggs, I'd like to thank you for following me. Biggs, no singing, but I gotta give you an anthem, my friend. That's okay. For having to listen to that, Biggs. I apologize. 50 points to you. 50 points to you for having to suffer through that voice. I apologize. Look, and everyone, I know it's hard to listen to the captain ramble on and sing and poison your ears a little bit. So 50 points to all of you. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I appreciate you very much. All right, so we're gonna have this stat. We pass in a single stat here. We get back the value of that stat, and this will allow us to do the following. So I should be able to say if player stats dot stat of stat dot sun. All right, so we need sun is greater than, what did we, and I think we have like let's go look at the parent value, ability definition. Stat float modifier use amount has a use amount on it. I don't know. how I feel about that. At this point, I'm just gonna start hard coding stuff in here. I know bad practices, but we're cooking through. We only got a little bit. So in here, I'm gonna say public int sun use sun cost. I'm gonna do a sun cost here. Just to make it easy for me, get private set like this, and we'll just serialize this field. Serialize field. I'm gonna start out by saying this costs 20. I don't know if that's the best amount, but I'm gonna say it costs 20. And there's so much extra stuff in here. Let's chomp out some of this. I don't delay. If we, yeah. So I let's comment it out. The stuff that I don't know if I'm gonna use. I do think I'm gonna have a coroutine in here. I think I'm gonna have these things, but we're gonna start commenting some of this stuff out. Oh man, so many bad practices going on today. So many bad practices going on in a game jam. It happens though. It happens in a game jam. We're just hacking through stuff. So soon you'll say that you won't write more tests. I would like, so like yesterday I was saying, oh, it hurts me that I'm not writing tests because how am I supposed to know if this is gonna work or not? I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know. Okay, so if this is greater than bad practice, what game jams are for? Yeah, it definitely feels like this. Sun cost. So greater than or equal to sun cost. So if you have enough sun, we're gonna return true. So we just actually this is nice because it just becomes can cast like this. Players. Oh, I gotta do game manager dot instance dot player stats dot stat. Okay. So if we have enough, so when we go to use this, we're gonna say if can cast, and we're gonna say if we can't cast. If we can't cast, we're gonna return here, but we're also gonna notify the player. Message controller. I'm abusing the heck out, so I hate this. The singleton pattern should not be used this way. I know, Dramwell, because I'm abusing the singleton pattern so much. You do not have enough sun energy. Alternatively, so alternatively, I can make it so that when you go to use this ability, if it drains it and then you die when you run out of that energy. That was one idea I had. I don't think that'd be very fun for the player though. So I'm gonna make it so it stops you from dying. It won't let you use your energy into death. MMO Pug, we really have to worry once the captain is nesting if statements. Yeah, I'm really, never nesting is sort of something I do not approve of. Oh, no. Nesting is something I do not approve of. I'm a never nester. I am a never nester. And Merle says, I'm a never nester too. We got another crew member, folks. Another crew member here. We got Just Shay. Just Shay is here today. How are you? Just Shay, welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy. We got Just Shay. Just Shay, how are you? I wanna welcome you on this beautiful day. Just Shay, how are you? How are you? Just Shay, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I hope you're having yourself a beautiful Wednesday, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be. And Immortal Kid says there are dozens of us that are never nesters. Mooney says, I am an always nester. I prefer nesting nests. Sometimes I add some just to be safe. Yeah. So sometimes you can, did you guys know you can just nest stuff without an if statement? You can just add these in forever. You can add as many nestings as you'd like and build yourself a little nesting, a mountain. Look, it's like a little mountain you can build in there. You don't even have to have an if statement. You just drop those all through your code. It's the best practice you could ever had. We could use regions too. Is there a limit? I'm sure there is a limit to nesting. Probably some. I would be curious what the nesting is. I know the Linus Torvald says you shouldn't ever nest more than 3 times. If you do, your code is broken. Essentially, is what he says. 256 probably. That would be my guess too. Shiny, my man, what's up? Talking to Code Red Games. Okay, so then here we sort of want to, I want to start a coroutine that sort of like will cause this spell to start casting. So that's sort of what this was like the begin cast. All right, so this is going to be our begin casting cast light enumerator. All right, so we're going to say you begin to focus on. Oh, that's interesting. That's like a weird typo in our. Let me go to my balance ability real quick. You begin to focus on. You feel balanced. That's interesting. Oh, I just started writing something but didn't finish it. Apparently C allows 127 levels of nested blocks. Not sure about C#. That's interesting. They must be using like an unsigned. Would that be a unsigned or a signed? That feels weird. That feels weird. 127 feels like a weird one because it's signed. It's like a signed 8-bit, or it'd be signed 8 bits, or either that or you have an unsigned 7-bit thing, which doesn't quite make sense in my mind, but maybe not. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. All right. So you begin to you begin to focus. All right. Oh, you already, if you can't cast, oh, we don't need that. So this is just that we are casting. So this Boolean here, this is balancing, becomes true. Okay. And you're gonna notice I'm gonna find a pattern here momentarily, I believe. So is balancing is actually gonna become is casting. All right. You take a deep breath and focus inward. You begin to concentrate. Okay. So we're gonna do you begin to concentrate. This is gonna start casting the spell for you. Coder says, I mean, you can always test it. Not like you're under pressure to finish this project. That's true. That's true. I could test it. There's no time here. We got all the time in the world. No, stop. Stop trying to ruin me. All right, so we need 2 seconds to start casting. Maybe it shouldn't take 2 seconds. Not sure you understand the nesting topic. Nest start. Oh, this should just actually be delay. Like this. We're just talking about nesting. We've got Chex Watch 2.5 days. Really 2 days. I want to be done. I want to be done by the end of tomorrow. So that way on Friday I can just like any graphics, any music, any last minute things to clean up. The game needs to be playable at the end of the day tomorrow. You only started this morning. Good luck, my friend. Super Dan, you don't have time to watch streams. Yeah, so I originally, since I'm on spring break, I was like, I'm gonna do a streamathon. That was a lie. That was a lie. Can't possibly do that. All right, so rather than doing all of the player stats, stomp equals true. We want to reduce. All right, so this is actually gonna be 20 counts. 4. Int I equals 0, I less than 20, I plus, oh, not less than 20. This is I less than sun cost. Ooh, Mooniz disapproves. I know. I feel kind of bad, but it's for my own mental health, my friend. It's for my own. I know, people. I'm so sorry. I say I didn't mean to lie. So I hope that's some level of consult. I didn't mean to lie. All right, we're gonna call this steps here. Shiny says, I was expecting the game to already be finished with all the prep done before. Yeah, so sadly I haven't used any of my previous, that's not entirely true. I used the dungeon generator, but the game that we came up with actually doesn't use the crafting system which we make. It doesn't really use an inventory. We might add a little bit of inventory in there. And what else did we make? Made a crafting system. Oh, skill tree. It doesn't use a skill tree either. It doesn't use any of the things that we made except for the dungeon generator. So who knew? This is why I waited. Anyway, yeah. So did not work out. Big says, I planned for 11 months and didn't use any of it. We only planned for a week though, so that's okay. So we're gonna say here that if the player dot stat of sun stat.sun is less than 1, so we won't let the player like die. We won't let the player die. Ooh, it's less than like, or less than the remaining sun cost minus or steps. It'd be sun cost minus steps. Yeah. So if it's less than, if you don't have enough to finish this spell, we're gonna say message controller.display. You don't have enough sun energy. And then we're gonna break. All right, so then we're gonna break. So you don't have enough sun energy. Otherwise, we need to sort of come in here. One little thing I need to know whether or not this spell has been finished. Finish casting here. This is gonna be finish casting. Casting's gonna go to is casting goes to false, and we'll probably remove these. Is casting like this. Let's keep looking here. You don't have enough energy, otherwise we wait. Down here, it's rather than breaking, we sort of need to do like a finish casting and then return. So we're gonna stop early. Yield break. So this will exit the coroutine early. So yield break here. Otherwise, we keep doing these steps. Down here, the player.stats.stat. Player. Oh, I need a thing that's like lets us reduce the reduce stat.sun. Yeah, so we need to reduce the stat or update stat or something like that. I need to be able to set the stat of the player in this way. Let's look here. Let's go in here. Is there a way to do this? How was I doing it before? I can modify the value of sun moon. Actually, so player stats. Hang on. Player stats dot. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Player stats dot stat of sun moon. Dual stat dot sun moon dot value, and the sun. I believe we want to do minus here. And then down here we say like, if we make it down here, we'll finish casting. And then we're also going to say the light, a ball of light is hovering with you. All right, so something like that. We'll get some better messages in here. That said, before we test this out, we got a new crew member, folks. Why Raito? It's Why Raito. Why Raito? So Raito. I'd like to thank you for following me. I said Raito. Yes, Raito. Welcome to the crew. We got Raito in the crew and we're welcoming you. I don't know what we'd do if you were not here. We've got Raito. Maybe it's Raito. I'd like to welcome you to the crew, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coda's Academy. Raito. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coda's Academy. If you have any questions, program related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. I don't know that I'll have time to answer questions today, but normally, each week here on Captain Coda's Academy, we try and do a new project. Sometimes it's 2 weeks. One time it was 3 weeks, but usually 1 or 2 weeks. this week we are doing the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. Dungeon Crawler 2023. We've got 2 days left. So we're cooking here. We're trying to cook through this, get it working. All right, so cast light here. We're gonna start a coroutine cast light like this. Cast light. And so this, I'm sort of seeing this pattern here where this should just be cast. And this sort of needs to have like a parent class that has sort of some abstract default methods that will subclass and override. But this is sort of a pattern I'm starting to see. So we might actually be able to write a little bit of an abstraction. That would be nice. That would be nice to help me reduce the complexity here a little bit and have something that is not, but it's not all the, maybe not all the spells are gonna work this way. Anyway, so when you finish casting, it stops there. We are gonna make it so if you move, it does get interrupted. So we're gonna register the interrupt here. And we'll do the same thing as this. We have a coroutine that says finish casting. You lose concentration, you stop here, and it stops the coroutine. We also kind of want to make it if you try and cast another, so there's something else I'm gonna have to do. If you try and cast another spell, it'll interrupt it. Interrupt casting. Want to make it so you can't move and cast at the same time. So this will stop it if you try and move here. So we have this register that says if the position changes or our direction changes, we interrupt the cast. Okay. And then we also only want to do it if is casting, we don't actually, we're casting, let me think here. If we are casting, we don't want to start another one. So we can't use the ability twice. All right, so there's gonna be a little thing here where like is casting sort of be on the player rather than this object. But we'll get there in a second. So let's see if I can let's see if we can create an instance of this light ability. Give it to and then see if we can cast it. That's the idea. Give the player an instance of this light ability and see if we can cast it. All right, so we're gonna hop in here. We're gonna take a look. Beegs, it says it never stops. Sorry if I missed that. But I find that funny. Yeah, I never stop singing. I just love singing. I'm so sorry if that is a troubling thing to learn. Let's see here. Yeah, so if you don't like the singing, I apologize, Beegs, I'm so sorry. All of you, so sorry you have to listen to me sing sometimes. 50 points to all of you for having to bear with me. Thank you for bearing with me, folks. Is my break timer working? I don't know if I reset it. Okay, it is. Okay, we're at 58 minutes. We got some time until we have to take a break. Abilities, definitions, player. Where did I put the other one? Balance. It's called balance. Let's go to this folder. It is in definitions. Okay, definitions, abilities. Oh, Biggs, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I appreciate you boozling me, and I'm sorry if I boozled you too much there. I'm totally joking. I'm just a joker. I'm a jokester. Light. All right, so this is our light ability. It's gonna be light. Summons using the power of the sun. Summons a ball of light to follow you. All right, so rune phrase is going to be 1. So these are ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one's rune phrase will be 1, and its sun cost of 20. I had all these modifier things that I don't think I'm going to use. All right, let's see if we can cast this. Let's see how it works. Nothing. What is it? What's going on here? Now I'm surprised it doesn't work. The balance one triggers. Emma poses cast a magic missile and attacking the darkness. Yeah, so we're gonna get a magic missile here in a second. It's gonna be a fireball. If you start at yin, I think it's either gonna be if you start at yin and move outward. Yeah, I think yin out is gonna be a fireball. So we'll get there. So it's kind of like a magic missile, but it's a fireball. Fireball, fireball. Why? Oh, I have to add it to my ability manifest. My ability manifest here, we just gotta reload the abilities. There we go. Now we have a light ability. Zuperdan says he's just too lazy to make proper stream alerts. Lazy isn't the right word. Too simple. I'm too simple. You begin to concentrate. A ball of light is hovering with you. Okay, so look, it did use it. If I do it again, there we go. So notice it does use the ability there. Sweet, sweet. Yeah, let's pick which item you want to redeem. Try shop. Shop, there you go. We do have some redeems, folks. Oh, I know, shop, store, list, there's all sorts of things. All right, so we can use it. Let's see if I get too low. You begin to concentrate. A ball of light is hovering. You do not have enough sun energy. Oh, so it does let you die. It does, so right now I'm at 0. So maybe we'll make it so if 0 is okay. Whoa. That's right, Shady. Whoa. That's right, Shady. Code Rad Games, welcome to Lurk Mode, my friend. Thank you so much for lurking. As we all know, Captain Coder knows that there's many places to lurk on Twitch, and we appreciate you choosing to lurk here very much. And then I should be able to balance and have that restore here. So the one thing is these will fight each other. So I want to make it so you can't, if you try to cast a different spell, it needs to interrupt it. All right, so I'm going to do a little commit here. We implemented the first pass of the light ability. Get status, get add. Oh, in the wrong folder here. Get status, get add, get commit. Feat implement first pass of light ability. We'll push that up. Let's take a drink of water. Water's good, friends. That's water. Water's good. It's the lifeblood. It's the lifeblood of all that is good. Okay, so this is casting thing. I need to make it so that it's sort of on the player. I need some sort of on the player itself. We shouldn't be able to cast a spell, or if we try to cast a spell, it interrupts the other spell. One of those two things. I think I'm going to make it so. What do we do? Make it so if you are casting, it stops the casting. Yeah, it's going to stop the casting. It won't necessarily start the next spell. I think that's what I want it to do. Let's think here. How do I want to do this? I could so I could do the cheap thing, the cheap and bad practice to be in my game manager. Just add in a thing here that says is casting, right? I think I want to be a little more clever than that. So my player has a player data, which is a scriptable object. I don't like it being there. So I almost need like a player, some kind of player sort of controller type thing to manage like the player state. Right now I have one called player, let's see, player movement controller. So I think I might want to add in something called a player ability controller and have that sort of controlling which ability and stuff. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I want to add a class called player ability controller, and that's going to manage the state that's necessary between the different abilities. That makes sense to me. All right. Master Singleton final. Yeah, let's I'm abusing singletons really, really bad right now. Player ability controller. So this will control the player's ability and sort of give us a little, this is going to be one more singleton to do it, but hopefully it's not all in one singleton. It's a bunch of singletons that talk to each other. So it's kind of like, it's almost as bad. But it's a little bit more organized. Player ability controller. It's going to be a mono behavior. And we got to use using Unity engine. And then we got to get Unity to recognize it. Unity. Sounds like a Photoshop PSD name. Yeah. It does. I'm not going to lie. That sounds correct. Okay, so the types of things we want here. So our game manager is going to have one of these. So this is why it's like, well, we kind of, you know, we have this, but the game manager actually, it's like putting the game manager, but it's like a hierarchy. It's a little subfolder where you put some more stuff. You have it in your game manager. All right, so public, player ability controller. We still want to be able to get a reference to it, right? So my player ability controller here. And then in my scene, I'm just gonna say, okay, my game manager is gonna have one of these things on it. And I might actually, in my game manager, create an empty object inside. It's gonna be called our player ability controller. I could probably just call it ability controller. But this thing, my inspector, my windows are all crazy here. All right, we're gonna add in player ability controller, and then my game manager, we're just gonna say, you happen to have this guy. This is bad too. I don't like having this much stuff in my inspector. I tend to make it so it like searches for things inside, but no time. We gotta go. We gotta move on. It's gotta get quick. All right, so our player ability controller can only really be casting one thing at a time. So I kind of want to abstract this out. I noticed a lot of similarities between my balance ability and my light ability. That I'm hoping we'll be able to abstract here into a single, let's keep clearing some of this stuff out. I got too much. There's too much here. Mooniz says, you know what can help you? Events and scripted objects. Folks, did you know Mooniz? I need to add your YouTube link to this shout out. Mooniz has taught me everything I know about game development, folks. Incredible streamer, incredible game developer. Just published a YouTube video about using events and scriptable objects, folks. Give Mooniz some love. Mooniz, if you want to share a link to your YouTube channel, please do so. Aries says, I think I found somebody that would give me an internship at a career expo. Awesome. Is it what type of internship is that going to be? And Immortal Kid also says, almost, you need a state machine with like an override method or like an act hook. Yes, a state machine might be pretty good. And Immortal says, makes me want to refactor my spaghetti. Shady says, Mooniz on YouTube giving pro tips. Where do I sign? Yeah, Mooniz just put out a good video on how he uses scriptable objects to manage events in his games. Great video. I wouldn't call it an advanced topic, but it's maybe an intermediate topic on events. Programming in C#, Aries, that's awesome. Folks. Yeah, please go check out Mooniz's video. Just uploaded earlier this week, I believe. It's pretty new. Nice video. Check it out, folks. Check it out. Events in scriptable objects. How can you use it? Intermediate topic. I say not a beginner topic, but good stuff. I'll give you a like on this account as well. All right, go check it out. Good stuff going on here. Mooniz, great job on this video. Keep these things coming. Oh, we'll click subscribe as well. All right. Let's hop back into it, folks. Okay. So the idea is so I'm going to do a slow refactor here. A slow refactor to get these in here. So we have our player ability controller. This is hopefully going to make it so that later things go. So that you have the like sacrifice of, do I hack something now and just get it working, or do I build a system that's going to make it faster later? And so we're sort of somewhere in the middle here. So public bool is casting. All right. So public bool is casting. Get a private set. All right. So the idea is this is going to control whether or not we can cast things. So we're gonna start here for now. What I want to do is maybe I call is using ability. Public void use ability, and this is gonna take in an ability definition. All right, so a lot of this needs to get moved up sort of into our ability definition. Ability. Okay. We'll keep them coming. Mooniz says, gonna keep them videos coming. Working on the next one already. Awesome. Aries says, I need somebody that would mentor me on C#, so I'm happy. I need the experience. That's awesome. So you're saying in your internship, you're gonna have someone mentor you in C#, not that you need someone to mentor you in C# for the internship. Is that correct? All right, so when we use this ability, essentially we want to do a thing here that says if is casting, we want to like cancel the previous ability. And so if we're already casting something, cancel previous cast. Okay. Else, and I guess I can do a return here and maybe put a message in that says like this, you know, the spell was stopped. Or I don't know why I keep calling it spell, because they're kind of spells, but it's like abilities. These are abilities. Okay, otherwise, we're gonna do ability dot on use, and then we'll pass in our player data. And this is silly here because it takes in a player data, but it happens to be that we're just doing our game manager dot instance dot player like that. So we just say, oh, it's the player. There is one of you. There's not multiplayer. There's not multiple characters, anything like that. And so the idea here would be that this thing then is going to start the coroutine. So the coroutine is not happening out here. And the coroutine is going to follow, or maybe the onUse return, maybe onUse returns a coroutine. Oh, that's an idea. If we make onUse return a coroutine, we can say, okay, well, down here inside of this, if we get to this spot, we can do that. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna have a private coroutine. This is gonna be the coroutine of the current like effect that's ongoing. The current coroutine of the effect that's ongoing. I'm gonna change it so that way my onUse is going to return a coroutine. Coroutine equals this. All right. So the coroutine is going to require us to do that. We also are going to have like this idea of can cast. Do we have the stats, the ability to be able to do this cast? Gordienko Games, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back to the crew. How are you on this beautiful day, Gordienko? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Having a beautiful day. Any day I get to wake up in code. We're doing the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. We're doing Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023. But yeah, Gordienko, how are you? Coroutine like this. So I need to modify my ability definition. That was weird. Ability definition onUse returns a coroutine. And here we're just gonna say throw new not implemented system dot not implemented exception. Subclass must implement ability definition like that. Okay, so we must implement the ability definition. This should let me do this now. Okay. Royku, oh, there's a stream here. C Sharpton, that's right. That's Captain Coder, Captain C Sharpton. You know, I often say I'm a simpleton. I also have a lot of C Sharp up here in my brain. Ever growing, I don't know if it's a lot, but ever growing knowledge on C Sharp, which has been a fabulous experience. I'm loving me some C Sharp. We're not using these modifiers anymore, so I'm going to get rid of those. And instead, maybe I leave those and we do these become, rather than stat modifiers, it's the stat use amount. This modifier thing I'm not using, maybe I do that. You know what? I'm going to leave this in here as a use amount, and we're going to use that to check whether or not. So if we is casting, we're going to cancel the previous cast. And then we have to check, can we use it? So this object needs to have a can cast property. Protected. Let me make it public. Public bool can cast. And it's going to take in a player data. Player stats. Stats. And it's going to return whether or not you can or cannot cast. So this is going to just return true here. So if we can cast it, we return true. And the subclass will have to over it. So we're going to make it a virtual. And this is going to complain now. There's lots of things that are going to be complaining here in a moment. So when you refactor, you get a lot of compilation errors. So then we're going to say, okay, if we can cast, if we can't cast, can cast, and this is going to be our ability.canCast, and taking our game manager.instance.player stats. So if we can't cast it, I want to get the message of why you can't cast it. So maybe can cast will return an out string message as well. And so if it returns false, message equals null or string not empty. We're gonna say real quick documentation for myself. Returns if the conditions are met. If they are not, message is set to the reason why it could not be cast. So it'll be like a little message you can give to the player. So we'll say out message, out string message. And so if we can't cast it, we'll do message controller.display message. So we'll just tell them that message and we return. Okay. So this will let us, I'm thinking through what is the process? How do I want to call this thing? Ability, usability, can cast, otherwise. All right, so now we actually use it. And so in my balance ability, I don't have to manage this coroutine anymore. This becomes a coroutine. And all this has to do is say return, and then we say what we're gonna do here. Oh, this is interesting. Because before this is a scriptable object, so I couldn't start a coroutine, so it's doing it on the game manager, but my player ability controller is probably the thing where the coroutine should start. So rather than returning a coroutine, I want this to actually return an action. Oh, no, make this return an IEnumerator. And this becomes the coroutine. Yeah, there we go. So this, I'm just noodling my way through my interface here to get to the spot where I need to be. So this needs to turn an IEnumerator, like that. Are you not imported? I need to import the non-generic version of this. There we go. All right, so now our balance ability there, and this now becomes start coroutine. That was interesting. Coroutine, like that. Okay, so now we can use it, get the coroutine that this returns, and essentially everything that's in this balance. That's interesting. I want to, as in my liability here, this needs to return an IEnumerator. Everything that's inside of my cast, essentially, I don't need this cast anymore. This just becomes the body here. One last thing I need to do, register interrupt. There we go. We got to take a break here really soon. I'm hoping I can finish this, but this just becomes this chunk here. You begin to concentrate. I no longer need this. Can I register something on a coroutine? Is there a way to check when a coroutine ends? Coroutine dot. I want to be able to say, like, at the end of this coroutine, do one more thing. That's interesting. I'll have to see if I can figure out how to make that happen. I can set it to null, add it to the end of the coroutine, but the coroutine doesn't have, I have to give it a reference to this. Yeah, I have to give it a reference to this thing. We can do it. I'm gonna make it work. I just was like going, oh, okay, so this finish casting is gonna be a method over here in our ability controller. So the cheap way, exactly. I was gonna give a callback. So we're gonna do a callback here that says action. And then this action's gonna say, okay, on finish. So this action says when you're done, call on finish. On finish. and then on finish here. So you sort of have to pass it in. No, Unity Coder, we're gonna do a callback. We're gonna say, okay, when you're done, just make sure you call this. And part of me doesn't like it, but that's okay. That is okay. And so our finish casting will be up here, and the start coroutine. Okay, so in our ability definition, we take in an action system.action on finish. Use if statements. We could use if statements. If this, do that, the other thing. All right, so this should yell at us now. And this will take in finish casting as an argument. And then we'll set here that, so when we start here, we do is casting equals true. When we finish casting, is casting equals false. And then we'll have to we'll add some we'll register some stuff here. But ideally, we can get rid of this public blue cast player stats. And this will be an override. Public, private, public override. And this needs to return an out string message like that. We're gonna say if spaghetti with Parmesan, exactly. This is a little bit of spaghetti with Parmesan. We'll return true. Message equals string dot empty, and then down here we return false. We want this to be strictly greater than. I think we'll do greater than or equal to. That's okay. Return false, and the message is going to be message equals you do not have enough sun energy. Okay. If is short for international failure. If is short for international failure. That's true. All right, so I can get rid of this cast. I know interrupt casting needs to get pulled into here. And then these generic interrupts as well. And coroutine equals null. And then we call finish casting. Coroutine equals null. You lose concentration. Stop coroutine here. We're gonna using captaincoder.core. Using captaincoder.core like that. Pull this over so you can see it a little bit more. I know the chat's blocking a little bit. Register interrupt. Like that. And then down here, when we're finished casting, we deregister the interrupt. Okay. I wasn't thinking I'd be writing this little thing here. Okay, I like it. Sun cost here. Yeah, so this should probably be pulling from, maybe not. Maybe in my base ability, I can still actually get rid of these. And then just in my subclass. I think for simplicity, maybe. Yeah, I think for simplicity, I'm gonna drop that. And it's for reducing abstractability, but making it a little bit simpler. So on use is going to be essentially this chunk. So this is our can cast. So public bool can cast, public override bool can cast player stats stats like that. And then we're going to check essentially this thing. It says go through all of the stats in stats. If they are all equal, if all of them in stats dot stats. God, this is bad. My code is bad. Oh, this code is bad, folks. Don't write code like this. Write better code. All right, so if any of them are not equal to 0, we can use this ability. Otherwise, we can't. All right, so, and the message here, so we're gonna do message. We need a string out string message. Message is going to be string dot empty, and then down here the message becomes you feel balanced. All right, so essentially you're already balanced. Let's see what it says. Yeah, you feel balanced is what I was doing there. I'm going to say that you were already balanced. So CanCast does that. We don't need finish balance. At the end of it, you say you feel balanced. You take a deep breath. We move this into our method up here. And this becomes a action on finish. Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't doing this. I was doing something else in here. This one wasn't deregistering properly. I was doing something really, really weird. Break, you feel balanced, or I deleted it on finish here. So we finish here. Get rid of this. I don't need these interrupts. Balance. Oh yeah, I was calling it then. I just didn't copy that chunk here. Okay. So the message, you feel balanced, is balancing. I don't need the coroutine anymore. Okay. All right. This looks okay-ish. I need to register the interrupts here. Okay, so registering my interrupt. I just need to call register interrupt. All right, then we're gonna say if casting message controller dot really we just want to if they're already casting something, we're just going to interrupt casting. If we're already casting something, we interrupt something, so it says like it'll stop that from being cast. So to cancel, you can just run it again or start casting a different spell. I'm not sure if that feels right, but we'll give it a shot. All right, Unity, compile for me. Did I logic through that? I'm sure there has to be some more red. Give me the red squigglies. Tell me where the red squigglies are, Unity. Only one. Only one. Our ability grid controller. Yes. Okay. So now rather than doing on use here, we need to go into our game manager dot instance dot ability controller, and we're gonna call use. I think it's just use ability. Use ability. And this will just be definition. Then we need a little thing down here that maybe our ability we need a little something here that's like game manager dot can't use that ability. Right now it just doesn't do anything. Maybe message controller dot display. Nothing happens. There we go. Nothing happens. All right, let's give it a shot. Then we gotta take a break. Hopefully we get it working. Even if it's not working, we gotta take a break. We gotta take a break so we can go on, folks. It's almost time for that break. You gotta refill. I'm out of coffee. I haven't been drinking. Well, I have been drinking water. I'm almost out of water. All right, it builds, but doesn't work. It builds, but doesn't work, and then we'll eventually add in hopefully some kind of effect or sound. Light. Begin to concentrate, you lose concentration. You begin to concentrate, you lose concentration. I let it finish. All right. Balance. Lose concentration. Balance. Step. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. All right. It works, folks. Let's do a commit. Let's do a commit. Let's commit it. Let's commit it, and then we're gonna take a break. Get status, get add, get status. Hang on here. Hang on here. What's going on? What's going on? Get commit dash m feat implement player ability controller. Oh, this code, look, I was writing some stinky code. This code's still not the best, but this code feels so much better than it did before. It feels a lot better than it was before. My one thing that I don't like is this on finish feels error prone. I do feel like this is a bit error prone for calling that. I would really like to make it an IEnumerator that knows how to, when you break out of one of them, then the next one triggers and it runs itself, but I'm not sure how to do that. Oh, no, I could do it. I think I could do it. We gotta take a break though. I think I can do it because we're just gonna do a yield return. I think I can do it. I think I can change. All right. I think I can do it. We're gonna just keep going. We're not gonna overcomplicate it, folks. We're not gonna overcomplicate it. We're gonna take a break. When we get back, we gotta do some stretching, folks. We gotta do some stretching. And light spell. We kind of did that. We're not done yet. That light spell needs a little bit more to it. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna do some stretching. So get ready for that. Get your mom, get your dad, get your uncle, get your cousin, get little Bobby, get little Susie, get us all in the room. So we're gonna do some stretching when we get back. Take care of ourselves, folks. When I return, we're gonna take care of ourselves. Hang tight, folks. I shall return momentarily. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging tight with me. I hope your fingers don't hurt too much from hanging there. We got ourselves some bean water. We got ourselves some regular water. The dark fuel is going to cool off. It's a little too spicy to drink just yet. And while we wait, we're going to do some stretches. So get on up with me. The captain loves you. Look, the captain loves you, which means you should love you. And if you love you, you love yourself. You should love your body. And one way you can love your body, one way to take care of yourself is get on up every hour or 2 hours tops, folks. Every 2 hours, you gotta get up, do some stretches. If you're like me, if you're a cold and troll, your back's hurting from hunching over all day, so get on up with me. We're gonna take care of ourselves a little bit here. Do a little bit of a quad stretch. I've been standing since 3 o'clock this morning. It's 6:30 now. I've been standing since 3 o'clock when I got up. I probably should have been sitting earlier, but I do a standing desk. Sometimes I sit before stream just so that I'm not standing too long. We're gonna do a quad stretch, folks. Get that leg up. You can't see me. Let's see if I get back further. Can we do it? Do a quad stretch. Get that leg up. If you can't get that leg up, that's also okay. And we're just gonna stretch out that quad. Oh yeah, hold that up there. If you're not feeling the stretch, you can also sort of lean out into it a little bit. Lean out into it. We got a quad cam. Yeah, we need a quad cam. Need a quadcopter. All right. Oh yeah, doesn't that feel good? We're gonna hold this for 15 more seconds, folks. Do your best to hold it. If you're not stretching your quad out, I know this can be tough for some people. Maybe you can stretch out something else. Oh yeah, feels good. It's good for your core for that balance as well. Ooh, I need to work on this a little bit. I'm getting a little thick, folks. Just a little thick. Hold that tight and go ahead and let that leg down. We're gonna switch sides now. Gonna switch sides. Get that other leg up if you can. Oh, this side really needs it. This side really needs it. I can feel it. I'm gonna lean into it if you can. If it hurts, don't hurt yourself. Take care of yourself. If it hurts, it should just be a little bit of tension in that quadricep muscle there. Gonna hold this for 15 more seconds. Just hold it tight. But we got Over a Dev. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Oh, it feels good. Oh yeah, just stretch that out. Stretching out nice and nice here. Go ahead and let that leg down a little bit. Rotate out your ankles. I'm doing a little ankle rotation. You can't see it there. But while I do this, I want to welcome you, Over a Dev. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. If you didn't know it, Captain likes to sing you a little anthem when you join the crew, my friend. So if you're ready, Over a Dev, I'd like to thank you on this beautiful day for following me and joining the crew. I hope you're feeling great. How are you, Over a Dev? Thank you for being here on this beautiful day. I appreciate the follow. Over a Dev, welcome aboard, my friend. All right, folks, we're gonna do another stretch here. We're gonna stretch out, take those hands, press them together, bring them down. We're gonna stretch out this forearm muscles. This is a good one for programming. If you're programming, you get I have carpal tunnel on this side. It sucks. I have to use, look at this keyboard I have to use. I have myself a Kinesis Advantage here. This keyboard is amazing, but I wish I didn't need it. I wish I didn't need a keyboard like this. One way you can help reduce your chance of getting the carpal. Stretch out those forearms. So put those arms together, folks. Put those palms together. We're gonna just bring it down here until you get a little bit of tension here. If it hurts, stop. You don't want to hurt your wrist. You don't want to hurt yourself at all. Just stretch it out, bring it on down, and hold that in. If you're still not feeling it here, you can go ahead and push out a little bit this way. Oh yeah. We're just gonna hold this for 25 seconds, folks. Oh, it feels good. I hope it feels good for you. It feels great over here. But yeah, taking care of yourself. You should love yourself. Love yourself. Dramox, do you love yourself? Do you love yourself? I hope you love yourself, because I love you, Dramox. Everyone who's here, I love you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. Oh yeah. Ooh, feel that stretch. If it hurts, don't let it hurt. Don't let it hurt. And go ahead and release it. Roll those wrists out, folks. Roll those wrists out. Then we're gonna hop back into some coding here, see what we can get done today. We're so close. We're so close. All right, shake it out. Woo! Woo! Thank you for taking care of yourself. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. All of you are going to get 50 points for joining me in that beautiful stretch, folks. We're going to hop back in. Let's zoom in on the captain here. Whoa, too far. Zoom out. Whoa. I wish I could have like a slider that zooms in and out real fast. I don't have that. Instead, I have this remote. Whoa. That's right, Dramox. Whoa, that's right, Dramox. So we're gonna hop back in. What are we working on? What are we working on? We're working on the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. All right, so we're super close to having our light spell done. We just reworked the ability system a little bit to have an ability controller that sort of tracks all of these things. I would like to add in, I need to have some sort of effect on the player. So I kind of want to have like a light effect that the player has. So like I was saying, when we go into, you're going to be able to essentially start with the balance rune, the sun rune, and the moon rune. And the sun rune's going to create a, MMO Pug, thank you for reminding me, reset, break. I'm going to make it so the devs can do, so the mods can do it. MMO Pug, thank you for that, my friend. 50 points, add all MMO Pug. Look, my brain's not working. Add 50 points, MMO Pug, thank you so much for the reminder. I appreciate you reminding me. Also, we got another new member of the crew. We got Na3S Redden. I'm gonna call you Na Redden. I hope that was okay. Redden. Redden's in the crew, yeah, we've got Redden. Na3S Redden is here today. Na3S Redden, thank you for following me today. How are you? Na3S Redden, how are you on this beautiful day? If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, which I'm sure I am, do not hesitate to correct me. I want you to feel welcome here, my friend. And one way I like to make people feel welcome is by trying to pronounce those names correctly. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, just let me know. I'll do my best. No promises. I'll probably forget immediately, but I'll do my best to remember. But welcome aboard. I'm so happy to have you here. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Call me Nas. Nas, okay. Nas. I'd like to welcome you today. Yes, we've got Nas in the crew on this beautiful day, and we want to say I love you. Nas, thank you so much for following, my friend. Oh, we also got another member, Corpus. Welcome to the captain's crew. Yeah, I said Corpus. I'd like to welcome you. Yeah, Corpus is here, and I hope you'll stay. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Yes, Corpus is here, and I hope you stay on this beautiful Wednesday. Corpus, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I'm so glad you're here. If you have any questions, programming related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. If you didn't know, Captain Coder is a computer science educator. I work at a school for ages 10 to 14. I happen to be on my spring break. We're happy to be doing Zuperdan's Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. Zuperdan's Dungeon Crawler 2023. We're doing our best. We're making some progress. We're trying to get our light spell to work. So one of the effects that we're going to be able to have is a light effect. So I'm going to add in an enumerated type. An enumerated type to sort of be like the player effects. All right, so get this. Look how quickly this script folder is just blowing up here. I'm gonna call this player effect or effect. Is effect? Probably that's overload. We're gonna call it player effect. Maybe ability effect. Anyway, these are different states that the player could have. So we're gonna do a public enum player effect, and that's gonna be a flag using system like this, and we're gonna have a flag here, flags. And so we're gonna have a couple different flags here. Light is one of them. Shade is another one. So these are the two flags you can have right now. We're gonna set this equal to 0. Oh no, this has to be equal to 1. This has to be equal to 2. And then as we get more effects on us, we're gonna use it. So if you don't know what the flags mean, this allows us sort of like combine these things. So the player's gonna have these different effects on them. And in my ability controller do I want to put this here? Do I want to put it on like the player data? Maybe I'll put it on the player data. Yeah, we're gonna put it on the player data so we can trigger them on and off on our own. These are gonna be player data is a scriptable object. Yeah. So this is gonna be a public player effect. Player effect. Why can't I do this? Unity, recognize me, please. Give me the ability to put this in here real quick. All right, let's bring this back up. Unity doesn't know that this thing exists yet. Player effect. What player effect? All right, public player effect effects. So these are the things that the player currently has affecting them. And we're going to use this naughty attributes on value change. We're going to notify our observers when this thing changes. No one needs to know just yet. There's nothing these are going to have little things that maybe show up on the screen or something that says like, what if you have this effect, we do stuff. But like the player ability controller is going to be registered on this, and it will know essentially what to do. Those characters did not display for me properly, Lobster. I'm sorry. I mean, I do see something there, but I don't know how to pronounce that. And I hope it's nothing. Remember, this stream is PG-11 friends. PG-11. So I hope that's PG-11. If you would please translate that for me, just so I know what it means. I'm sure, Lobster, you've always been great here. Lobster Kovic, you've never done anything that's worried me. So I'm not worried about it. Just one of those things that in my rules I kind of want. It is Peggy 0. No worry, Peggy 0. I'm not sure what that means. What the heck am I doing? Player effect. Yeah. So my light. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Okay. So in my balance ability, in my light. Okay. So after the balance ability goes off, it's gonna clear all of the player effects off of them. So when this thing is finished, when you start to balance, it actually turns off all of your other abilities. So this sort of like is a way to reset your puzzle. So like you can't just cast the light spell and then balance, right? So if you cast the light spell, you can't. It's gonna turn off this other thing. So you take a deep breath, focus inwardly, and then once you've waited long enough, once your balance starts to go down, it actually clears out your other things. So this is going to be our game manager.instance.player.effects equals 0. So this will actually clear out all of the player effects when you use it. And then our light ability, when we use the library, a ball of light is hovering with you. This is going to be game. Peggy is German. Is the German PG system? Oh, interesting. Look, I learned something for teaching me something new. Lobster Kovic, you just taught me something new. I did not know that. For teaching me something new, Lobster Kovic, and I'm gonna forget that almost immediately, but I'm gonna try not to. I may remember next time someone says it. 50 points to you. Thank you so much for teaching us something new today. I appreciate you doing that. Informing the masses. I appreciate it. Not that we have the masses here. But maybe in the future, someone will watch this and go, oh, I learned something new today. The Grumpy The Grumpy Game Dev. I called you a Dame Gev. I almost called you a Dame Gev. The Grumpy Game Dev is here on this beautiful Wednesday. Grumpy Game Dev is all, shout out to him. Grumpy Game Dev. I gotta get a, The Grumpy Game Dev. Folks, the Grumpy Game Dev is an incredible streamer. I love the Grumpy Game Dev stuff. Streams all sorts of old programming languages, new programming languages, working on VisualBasic.net stuff for, sorry, Grumpy Game Dev, I get rambly sometimes. I'm just so excited you're here. Folks, attention all lurkers. Attention all lurkers. Please direct your attention to the chat. We have a very special guest here on this beautiful Wednesday. Click that heart. Click that heart. He's an amazing emotional support streamer. He's fabulous. I love his stream. For some reason, I wasn't following you. I swear I followed you like a month or two ago. But that'd explain why I haven't seen you on my stream list in a while. But give him some love, folks, as the Grumpy Game Dev has some great content, and he's making a game for the Dungeon Crawler Jam as well. Grumpy Game Dev, how did your... I missed your stream this morning. I hopped in at the last 2 seconds. But Grumpy Game Dev, how's your project coming? How's it coming together? I hope it's coming together well. All right, here we go. Fuel Snabble says he will now be known as Grumpy Dame Dev. I'm so sorry if I started something terrible there. Grumpy Game Dev says, I've got the player able to eat the Swedish meatball to regain hit points. Beautiful, beautiful. Lobster says, please give Mooniz some points for reviewing my game. Thanks again, Mooniz. Mooniz on Lobster Kovic's recommendation. Mooniz on Lobster Kovic's recommendation. 250 points to you. Reviewing the game's not easy work. The least I could do, I guess I could do nothing. Almost the least I could do is give you 250 points. So what we're gonna do though is, so for our player dot effects, we are gonna go ahead and add in the light effect here. Okay. And this needs to be player effect dot light. So this uses a bitwise OR. So a lot of people probably haven't seen this. This is called a bitwise OR, and it's saying just add this effect light into the other existing effects here. Moona says, you're very welcome. It was a great game. Lobster Kovic, have I seen your game? Have you posted your game here? Let me permit that real quick. If you want to, don't post it just yet. Permit Lobster Kovic. Let's give you 80,000 minutes. 80,000 seconds to post. That's like a whole day. Feel free to post your link here if you'd like to. It's on the Discord. Is it on your Discord, Mooniz? Mooniz has a Discord, folks. Did you know Captain Coder has a Discord? Discord. We have a Discord. It's a fun little place to hang out. No pressure to join, but I will say that it is a fun little community that we've got growing here. Oh, it's on it's on my Discord. Gotcha. We got a fun little community forming here. People ask for help. I've been a little bit this week. I've been so busy with this game, game jam, that I haven't. Yeah, that's right. That's why I say, like, no pressure if you guys. I know you know. I think 50 is the limit unless you pay money. So don't worry if you have so many other stuff. You don't have to join. But let's go check this out. This is the game. Why is it game forum? Lobster. Oh, the prototype inspired the. Oh, Lobster Kovic, I'm so sorry. I've been slacking hard on my Discord just because this game jam's eating up all of my time. Click follow this post. Open in full view. Folks, you gotta come check this out. I finished a Frenzy Medical, a medical doctor simulator game. Go check it out. Lobster Kovic, thank you so much for sharing. MMO says, got through day one and felt overwhelmed with patience. This is awesome. Lobster Kovic, after the game jam this weekend, remind me, if you're here on Saturday or Sunday, remind me to play this, or next week, remind me to play it. I'll check it out. I'm just so flustered and reset. I'm so flustered and trying to get through this game jam in one piece. But please remind me, and I'll go check this out. Folks, go check it out. If you're not on the Discord, feel free to join. No pressure, but I'd love to have you there. That's one way you can support Captain Coder's Academy as well. There is a subscription option there. I know I don't have subscriptions here on Twitch, but that's because I don't want you guys to have to. I don't want to deal with the ads. First off, I don't want to deal with the ads. I think if I could be an affiliate without being required to have ads, I would do it. But the ads just it's a deal breaker for me. It's a deal breaker for me, folks. All right. So we have this player light effect. Let's go test this out. Real quick, see if it works. And then we can basically add in some checks. Oh, okay. If you already have the effect, one other thing. Can cast. We're gonna say if this doesn't need player stats. We need a whole player. Excuse me. We need the whole player object coming in here. So let's go to the parent here actually, because we want to be able to check. I don't want them to have to cast light again if they've already casted. It's gonna tell them, oh, you know, there's already an orb following you. Grumpy Game Dev says if you can change the sound volumes, you pass at least one of the Cordonor tests. Is that one of the judges? We do have that. We have music and volume. I added that yesterday because our look, folks. I know not everyone is here earlier, Listen to this ambient music here. I'm gonna turn the music up one more time. This ambient music that our composer made is incredible. Let me crank it up here. Here we go. Listen to this amazing ambient music our composer made. Well, I was gonna do something, but listen to this while I write this little chunk of code. I'm just like so impressed. Ooh, I love trying to do doing music with just console people. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on all systems. It makes me sad. Okay, so I need to refactor the ability definition here. And this needs to take in a player data player. So now we're gonna have to go back in here and we'll do player. This should be player data. I'm gonna do player.stats. Listen to this. Isn't this ambiance great? Oh, love it. It's amazing. It's crazy good, this ambient music. Alright, so we're gonna add in here player.effects.has. It's so good. I'm like so excited to see what other music so there's essentially three ambient tracks that I think they're gonna make. We'll see if we get them all. Time and start music is really hard. Enum dot, what is the thing? Get values. Hang on. I want to check enum flags. C#. Enum flags. Check. Or value. I'm gonna check if any of the flags combinations are set. Flags here. Pets and families dot equals. Count families have no pets. Has flag. That's what I'm looking for. Has flag. All right, so it should be. Player spoopy music, yeah. Player effects dot as flag. There we go. So we can check whether or not the effect liked. All right. So if player effects dot liked, we're gonna do a message. We're gonna return false. I don't like this chaining here. We're gonna say message is equal to we just return false. What should the message be? If we already have this spell going, a ball of light is following you. Okay. So we're gonna check this. All right, great ambient music. I'm gonna turn the music back down and turn my normal music on here. Okay. And I'll turn this back down. Okay, so there is some little thing I have going on here. Can cast. Oh, this needs to take in a player data now. Player data. Player. And then we do var stats equals player dot stats. Okay. Cannot convert. Can cast dot player. Like that. Building. It's compiling. We're gonna test if we get that light. Do we have a light? I don't know. Right now we have nothing. An everything option too. All right, so need to go get. Roy says logged into Twitch for the first time after Windows reinstall. How'd it go? All right, so I need to go get the light ability, which I believe is here. It's the Moon Beauty. All right, so the light ability should be here. I'm gonna take the rune. We have the light ability. All right, so add the light ability. If I can use this, begin to concentrate. Light. Now I have the effect light. Okay. If I do this, take a deep breath, and I concentrate, it clears it out. Sweet. So it does clear it out. I didn't check if I can't. I should already say a ball of light is hovering with you. Let's try again. A ball of light is already following you. I'm gonna say a ball of light is already following you. So if you go to cast it, you can't. Okay. Perfect. We're just gonna change that real quick. The message is going to be a ball of light is already following you. Okay. So next, I want to add in the light ability. We're going to add in the shade ability next. So the shade ability is going to be, hang on, folks. We just met a milestone. We just met a milestone. We have the add light spell. Folks, for being here to witness this momentous occasion, let's do a commit real quick. For being here to witness this, we're gonna do feat implement light ability. For being here to witness this momentous occasion, this beautiful occasion, you know what you're gonna get? All of you are gonna get 50 points. 50 points to all of you. Thank you guys so much for being here and checking out this stream, being here with me on this beautiful Wednesday, folks. I appreciate you being here. I love you guys very much. And we're going to add a shade spell. And this one should be cooking. This one should be really, really straightforward. Now that we have this framework here, I'm going to duplicate our light ability. And it's a little silly to do this. I could probably abstract this further, but let's keep it. There's this balance I'm trying to get between making it too abstract. All right, so this is going to be our shade ability. Shade ability. Shade ability. So like trying not to get too abstract. Got to be careful not to get too abstract. All right, so in this case, this is going to have a moon cost. It's going to be a moon cost of 20. So we have light, we have shade. Why is there a coroutine here? Oh, that's just left over. Look, coroutine is casting. Get rid of this here. Okay. This is what happens when you write stinky code. You have all these leftover variables just floating around making you sad. Stat, this should be moon. Hang on, what? Unity, build for me, build. That's right, Royku, it is Wednesday. Royku, folks, Royku's a streamer. Did you guys know that our very own Royku here, fabulous streamer. I love watching your stream, my friend. I love watching your attention, folks. Please give Royku some love. Royku is also doing the RPG Dungeon Crawler Jam. Your game looks really, really interesting. It with like the underwater theme. It looks really cool. I love that you're sharing your progress with us. I love seeing it, folks. Give Royku some love. Give him some love. Love Royku. Stop. Why are you not clicking the heart? Why aren't you clicking the heart? Love him. Mostly streaming on Discord these days. That's okay, folks. If you want to check out Royku streams on my Discord. Folks, I love using the Discord as a sort of a low-key version of streaming as well. So if you want to catch Captain Coder streaming and a little bit more intimate where you can chat and talk using voice chat or just like instant chat with typing, and you want to ask your questions, the Discord's a good place to do it. I know I'm advertising the Discord way too much, but I'd love to have you there. I would love to have you there. It's just a fun little. The community is amazing, folks. I've been amazed with this community. All right, so all right, now we got our red line. It's going to be our moon cost, and then the dual stat moon. Oh, it is still someone. This one, the moon cost actually it increases. It increases because these are sort of dual. One side goes the other. Okay. So this is our moon stat, and this is going to be our player effect if they have shade. A ball, what did it say? A sphere of protection or something is funny. What did the shade? You don't have enough moon energy. The moon is Kosh. Yes, the moon is Roan. I don't know why I'm saying moon this way. It's very strange. I'm gonna add in shade to you. A ball of light, a cloud of what would be nice? It's not a ball, so the ball it hovers with you and it creates a light. The shade is sort of like gonna be around you. A protective shade surrounds you. A protective shade surrounds you. This would be moon. But you don't have enough moon energy. A protective shade surrounds you. You are already surrounded by a protective shade. Okay, is that all we have to do for the shade ability? I think it might be all we have to do for the shade ability. Moon. Sorry, I keep saying moon. I'm scaring away all the viewers, folks. I gotta stop saying moon. Moon. It's like a cow. All right, I'm sorry. I never meant to be so moon to you. Say my name. Mooners. Mooners. Folks, did you guys know Moon is? Moon is this year. We got a lot of good streamers here. I think I've already given you. I got to give you another shout out, Moon is. Folks, if I didn't already give a Moon is a shout, I got to give Moon is a shout. Moon is has taught me everything I know about Unity. He's an incredibly good game developer. A professional game developer. I've been doing professional game development for 10 years, folks. Go check his stream out. I've learned so much over there. He's making a Metroidvania game. If you like Metroidvanias, if you like 2D action platformers, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Codename Moonvania, folks. Go check him out. Go check him out. He also does YouTube videos. Okay. I was gonna check whether or not. Oh, I gotta add this ability into our definitions. Create. Let's just duplicate. Oh, I can't do that. Create body mind event abilities. This is our shade ability. Shade. Harness the power of the moon to cast a protective shade around yourself. Rune phrase, it's 9. It's just the bottom corner, 9. And the moon cost is 20. Okay. You're welcome for the shout out, Moonness. It's Moovania, that's right, Moo. It's Cowvania, folks. The cows are coming. Oh, the cows are coming. Let's reload our ability manifest here. Let's check it out. Cowabunga. Cowabunga, as the Ninja Turtles might say, folks. As the Ninja Turtles might say. All right. You already have a ball of light surrounding you. Oh, the light. Okay. So one other thing that we have to do is turn off. I want to turn off or should add that in there. How do I remove an effect or combines them? We want to add in the shade effect, but remove the. My brain is hurting a little bit here. Effects. We want to or. Let me think here. I need to add in. So we're going to remove this. We're going to add the shade effect, but we need to remove the light effect. All right. So to remove the effect, we essentially do an and with everything but one thing. Let me see if there's my brain's hurting a little bit here. I'm running on not enough sleep, folks. Running on not enough sleep. Enum flags C# remove. How to remove an item from an ORed enum. There's like an and. You need and it with a complement of blue. The complement operator essentially reverses or flips all the bits. There we go. You can. So this is just some bitwise stuff. Bitwise operators, folks. I don't know why. And it with the or. Okay, perfect. All right, so then probably do it in one attribute here, but we're gonna do and equals. And equals colors and the complement. Why is colors here? Colors. What is colors? I want it the complement of. So we're gonna do the complement. I think all I gotta do is the complement of light. So this is gonna say keep everything that is not light. I know this code probably looks crazy to some people, but I've done a lot of bitwise stuff. So I've done a lot of embedded systems coding in C. And in embedded systems, every bit matters. When you're writing a program that needs to run on a system that has 256 bytes of memory, every bit matters. Look, every bit matters, folks. Okay. So we're gonna end it with that, and this should turn off the light effect. We're gonna give it a shot here. Just the coder. The coder it doesn't look crazy. The coder looks crazy. All right. So this is going to end it with the shade effect here. Angry Gesture says, are there going to be enemies in the dungeon crawl? Yes, we're going to have enemies that suck. The enemies aren't going to suck. The enemies are going to suck your energies. They're going to be energy sappers. Let's see if this worked here. So this should add in light and remove the other one. So we currently have light. Let me make sure that we can still add light. We'll do the bounce real quick. Bounce sets everything off. See if we can do it. But yeah, so we have sort of like these spirits. All right, light turned on. Let's go get the moon rune. Take the rune, continue. Can I cast? You begin to concentrate. Your protective shade surrounds you. Yes, it turned it off there, so now we just have shade. So the idea is you shouldn't be able to have light and shade at the same time. The shade cancels out the light. All right, concentrate, we get that. The cool thing is it sort of does restore it a little bit. So there's sort of like this balance. There's this balance. Anytime you use this ability, the inverse ability is here. Also, if you were to balance out, if you were to use this one first, balanced in it. Hang on, you feel balanced. I need to make it so when I click that, okay, there's a little thing here that if we use balance and we're already balanced, it should actually clear out that effect already. So in our balance ability here, if we're already balanced, we still need to clear out our effects because the middle button's supposed to clear it out. So player dot effects equals 0. So we still clear this out. All right, so that's a little bug there. I hope that answered your question, Angry Jester. Welcome back to the crew, my friend. How are you on this beautiful Wednesday? I hope you're having a beautiful Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a beautiful Wednesday. I'm having a beautiful Wednesday. Any day I can wake up and code, I feel like that's a beautiful day, friends. All right, so I should be able to do this. You feel balanced, it clears it out. All right, so now if I use this, yeah, it goes the other way. We can balance out. Now we can use that. All right, and so we have those effects. It'd be nice to have a little icon that shows those abilities. I'm not gonna worry too much about that right now. But we need to add, I'm gonna add that to my list of things to do. But it's gonna be in a little effect. So the idea here, okay. All right, folks, we did it. We done did it, folks. That was easy. You were here for another milestone. Another milestone, folks. Another milestone has been complete. Let's do a commit, get status, get status. Make sure nothing crazy is in here. Get commit, mash m, feat, implement shade ability. I'm gonna push that up, folks. For being here to witness this momentous occasion, folks, for being here to see me cross it off my lists. We got it working on this beautiful day. We're gonna add, all of you are gonna get 50 points for being here to see this momentous occasion. I appreciate you being here to see it. I hope you're enjoying seeing it. I know I am. I know I am. So what I need to do is make it so in our temple, when we try to enter. So let me show you the map. Let me open my dot cam here so you can actually see the map here. So it's a little hard to see it when we wake up. Here we go. This temple here, I love that. This temple here looks kind of like this. The maze has changed just a little bit, but essentially you teleport either to the yin side or the yang side. All right, so on the yin side, you can't leave this chamber unless you have the light spell active. So you can be in this chamber, but you can't exit. You have to use the light spell to exit. There's gonna be like a big bright light out here. Or the doorway is gonna be a big bright light. It's gonna say it's like too bright to pass. And so you'll cast the shade spell, and the shade spell will let you enter. Similar down here, it's gonna be too dark to enter, and so you have to cast the light spell to enter. So we're gonna add that event in here. So we're gonna add an event here to our map. I need to add an event here. It's gonna be light. And in fact, all of this, if your light ever goes out, it should send you back. But maybe we'll do it. So we need the light here, and we need, oh sorry, no. We need shade here, and we need light here. So we're gonna add those into our map here. We're gonna add those events in. So let's turn this dot cam off. Let's open up our map file here. Wrong window. All right, so here we go. I can close that. Let's open up our yin txt. So this is sort of our map here. And so here we're gonna add in an event L in our yin. Okay, so I'm gonna add an event L in our yin. And let's see here. Oh, I'm realizing there's a bug. I just realized there's a bug somewhere in my code that I need to fix. That's okay. We'll fix it. I'm gonna write a note down real quick. My brain just realized there's a bug. Bug on pushback. I just realized there's a way you can actually get outside of the map. So when you leave this space, it pushes you back. Whichever way you're facing, it pushes you that way. Oh, does it? Oh, it might not actually. Leave. Yeah, so you can actually end up outside of the environment. All right, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. So there's a little bug there I gotta fix. Okay, I have a little note to fix it. But before we do that, we need to write in. We're gonna add in this L event. So we're gonna add in this L event. So there's gonna be a message event here and an action event. So if we come down to the yin temple, this is sort of the yin temple definition. In events, we add in an event to our map that's an L. It's an L here. And so we're gonna actually say that for our, I'm gonna have a normal floor here. Specify that should be a normal floor. But also, we're gonna add in the L event. Hang on, I should have names to these. This is yin rune statue. This is stairs down. This is return to entrance. And this is going to be too bright. All right, so this is our L. So on our map, we had the L character. So it's going to say whenever we see an L on this map, we run these events. And so if I come into my maps here, I go to my yin yang maps. I'm gonna go to my yin. We're gonna go to events. I'm gonna add an event here. And this event is gonna be a message. And the message is gonna be like, enter too bright message. All right, so this message is gonna say, this area is filled with a blinding light. So when you move on to this space, it's gonna say that message. I'm gonna have to write a custom event that checks some conditions. And so I'm going to actually create a new subclass of this event. All right. Too bright. We're going to call this too bright. Too bright message. We're going to make a subclass, not a subclass, but another message event. And so the way I've been scripting these, I'm just making, you know, events that are very specific to the maps themselves. So we're going to come into our events, our yin events, and this is just going to be like ensures enter yin temple event. So this is going to be enter yin temple event. And we basically are just going to check, let's get this enter yin temple, yin, enter temple. Let's get this to rebuild here. Probably have some errors because I deleted some stuff out of there. Okay, and so now Yinrun already defines, oh, this should be enter yin temple event. Okay. The idea is when you enter this space, it's going to display a message saying it's too bright to enter. It's too bright to enter. There's not going to be an interaction, so we don't do anything on interaction. We just return false. But when we public override bool on enter, when we enter this space, if we do not have the shade ability cast on us, it's going to say a message is like this area is too bright to continue, and it's going to force you back to the previous cell, the spot you were in before. And this is what made me recognize I had an error in my pushback, because if the user were to back into this space rather than me facing it forward, it's going to push them out of the area. So I need to do something a little bit different with that. But before we do that, we have a new member of the crew, folks. A new member of the crew. We got Poilepan. Welcome to the crew. Poilepan, I would like to say thank you for following me. Poilepan, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy, where we learn to code and grow as a crew together. If you have any questions, program related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. Also, Lo-Fi Craft, welcome back, my friend. How are you in this beautiful day? How the heck are you? All right, so probably should have left that dialogue instance up here. I'm doing beautifully well, Lo-Fi Craft. I'm glad you're doing good, my friend. I'm doing beautifully well. Any day I can wake up. Any day I can wake up is a beautiful day. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day. I mean, every day I can wake up is probably a beautiful day too. If just being awake is nice sometimes. All right, so we're gonna return. So when we enter this space, I need to check if the player has the shade ability on them. So if should I install Unreal Engine? Only you know the answer to that question, Lo-Fi Craft. I've never used Unreal Engine, though I hear it's quite nice. Only you can answer that question, though. I can't make that decision for you. Should you install it? Maybe not. But if you install it, it might be fun to explore. I'm gonna say that I think it'd be cool for you to explore Unreal Engine and check it out. See how you feel about it. Saying to learn visual scripting there, and I heard like it's like Scratch. Yeah, so I hear the visual scripting language in Unreal is really cool. I'd be curious your thoughts on it when you get a chance to check it out. Zuperdan says the learning curve is quite steep compared to alternatives. That's what I've heard as well. Is it's very the learning curve is quite challenging. But it might be worth checking out. You know what I'm going to say, Lo-Fi Craft? I always recommend learning coding separate from game development, but the visual scripting language might be a little bit different. I wish I had more resources to tell you. G says, I heard people are only using it with blueprints. Yeah, that's sort of when I see people using it. They're mostly using it with blueprints is what I've seen as well. We actually don't need to override this. The default is just false. So on enter, if our player dot effects dot has flag player effect dot shade. So it's specifically if they don't have the shade. And what we're gonna say, if they do have shade, if they do have shade, we're just gonna return false. False here, just so you guys know, when we return true if the interaction should stop propagation or further events. So we return false saying, oh, we shouldn't stop propagation here. We shouldn't stop the propagation. All right. Otherwise, Lo-Fi Craft says, but what I know, it's like harder at least as Scratch. It's certainly going to be more challenge. It's going to be more complex than Scratch. So that's the thing. I think a lot of people confuse difficulty with complexity. Complex things can be harder to wrap your mind around. It's certainly going to be more complex. It's a big giant tool. It's a big giant engine meant for doing anything game related. So that's one of the things with it that's a little tricky. So we're gonna say, so if we make it to this spot, it means that they don't have the shade effect. So we're gonna have a dialogue here. Dialogue, dot display dialogue. Okay. And so we're gonna say, essentially here, there is a blinding light in this area that is overwhelming. There's a blinding light in this area that's overwhelming. You cannot proceed. All right, so there's a blinding light in this area that's overwhelming. You cannot proceed. Okay, so that's the dialogue they're gonna get. And then we're gonna set dialogue.set options. And the options is continue. Or I shouldn't say continue, it'd be like return. Essentially I want it to be like continue, but like a back. I'm gonna say step out of, leave the light. And so you're gonna step out of the light. And then the action we're gonna take is gonna be like moving the player back. Move player. And then, so I'm gonna create an action here. So it's gonna be a private action move player. For now, it's gonna look like this. And then we're gonna do move player dot, then close dialogue. Okay, so it's gonna move the player, then close the dialogue. Then we're gonna do dialogue dot is visible equals true. So we're gonna set those things, then we're gonna turn the dialogue on, and then we're going to return false. All right. G says, but the answer is usually, if you want to learn game dev, it's probably useful to try it out for at least 1 minute just to see how other people use it, but I can't say if you want to use it every day. Yeah, so I'd say definitely want to watch some videos on it. There's some great learning resources for it as well out there. I'm sure there's some great resources out there for learning it to start out. Lo-Fi Craft says, I will now watch some vids about Unreal Engine. Enjoy your watch. Let me know how it goes. I'd like to know more. I want to know what your experience is like. I'm hoping to check it out this summer. Unreal Engine, that is. Unreal Engine and Godot. Those are two engines I want to check out. Okay, we're gonna leave the light and then move player is just gonna move the player back into the previous space. So let's go find out what that space should be. And essentially gonna push them back into the spot previous. Okay. Loading, we are loading up. Enter the bright portal here. All right, so in this spot, they should end up in this spot here. So this spot, this tile, where'd my player controller go? Interesting, I thought my player controller was set open here. Properties, I'm gonna keep this set up here so I can find it. The player controller happens to, stop it. 4-8 south, 4-8 south. And maybe we don't rotate the player, maybe we just move them back. But this is going to teleport the player. So we're gonna do player dot, it's actually player movement. This is why I feel silly for abusing this stuff in this way. Position is equal to row 4, column 8, 4-8. We're gonna set the player position. This will move them back if they click leave the light. So if they have shade on, they shouldn't get anything here. Okay. And maybe I'll just make it that says it, if they have shade, okay, so on enter, if they have shade, we're gonna return false, and then I'm just gonna do message controller.display. It's gonna say, there is a blinding light in this area. Your shade protects you. Your shade, the shade spell protects you. Okay. So one thing I need to do is if you're in this area and your shade spell comes off, it needs to sort of move you back. It's gonna move you back into this area. One thing I might also do is that if you're in this area, sort of, rather than having this thing preventing you from here, one thing would be cool, and I'm not gonna do this just because, maybe I will, would be make it so that your sun meter just fills up when you're in this area, and when your sun meter reaches full, you get transported back to here. Lo-Fi Craft asks why. I don't know why what? All right, so we're gonna add this event in, and then we're gonna give it a shot. So I didn't actually need this this message event. I can actually get rid of that message event here on my yin. That's this L, too bright. You don't want to add it. Time. I don't have the amount of time. So we're doing this game jam. I have only 2 days left, and so it's a matter of time. Can I get it to work? It's just like one more thing I'd have to add in that I don't necessarily know if I have the time to do it. So this is our enter temple here. So this is going to be this event here. Let's go test that out. And I need to make it, but if I'm adding in, so if you're in that area already, so maybe, we'll see. We'll see. I need like an on stay as well. Let's come in here, we'll go to the Bright Temple. Do I have in my player data, there's nothing on, so when I step here, there's a blinding light in this area that is overwhelming, you cannot proceed, leave the light, so it forces me back. It should force me back. Leave the light. Okay, so if I cast my shade spell, so I have my shade on, the protective shade surrounds you. There's a blinding light in this area, the shade spell protects you. All right, so now I can enter this space. Okay. So that, okay, cool. So we have that in there. The shade spell will protect you in this area. What do I want to do? So I need to make it so if you run out and you're in this, whenever you move. Okay, so I need to think about this. I need to think of this through a little bit. Let's add a little save here. I'm gonna do a commit, git status, git add, git commit -m. Lo-Fi Craft says, do you know what the add-on for Unity names Bolt? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't used an add-on called Bolt. Chore add restriction to entering Yin Temple. Also, oh, forgot a double quote here. Yeah, push. Real quick, I'm gonna answer your question, Bloodyborn, in just a moment. But I forgot we have a new member of the crew here. I missed it. Little Rider, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Little Rider, thank you for following. Little Rider, welcome to the crew. Little Rider, I would like to thank you on this beautiful day. How are you? Little Rider, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. I hope you're having yourself a beautiful Wednesday. It's a beautiful Wednesday over here for me. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Bloody Boring asks, how large is the area that the spell is needed for? As in, what happens when it runs out and you're in the restricted area? Deeper than the initial boundary. Yeah, so check it out. Check it out. I'll show you real quick. Let me open up my dot cam. This is a great question, Bloody Boring. Dot cam. So this is the Temple of Yin, the Temple of Yang. This is the Yin Yang Temple. And so this is the Yin area, right? And so you're actually essentially exploring this maze. You're trying to get down to this here. This is the next rune you're trying to find. So you start here, you enter this area and you have to sort of walk and find this. So I might make it that every step it's like the light is blinding and it sort of reduces that. When you run out of that light, it's going to send you back. Anytime one of your resources runs out, you sort of are out of harmony, out of balance, and you get returned. So the idea in this game, I loved it. Proton Fig, Proton recommended changing the name to Harmony. Like the name was Balance. I think Harmony makes better. But these meters represent two stats. They're inverses of each other. So in this particular game, this particular implementation, we have 4 stats, 8 stats, but they're related. So this top stat here happens to be the body and mind stat. So body and mind. So as your body increases, your mind decreases. As your mind increases, your body decreases. So you're trying to maintain harmony. You're trying to maintain harmony in those stats. If you ever run out of one, you're no longer in harmony and you get transported back to the beginning area. So what I could do is in those areas, if you don't have the shade on, if the shade is not on, every time you take a step, the event will sort of say, it's too much, it's too much. And sort of you get oversaturated and each step, your sun meter fills up and eventually it's too much for you, you pass out, you're not in harmony, and it sends you back to the entrance. So that might be what I do. Ooh, I really, really like this idea, actually. Is every step it says, oh, there's a blinding light, and it causes the sun meter to fill up. Ooh, I like this. I like this idea here. Folks, that said, I do have to take a quick break. Something's going on real quick. We're not quite there. We're almost at an hour mark. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in a moment. I'm going to get myself a little bit of tea. And when I come back, we're going to do a little bit of stretching, and then we're going to implement this. I like this idea a lot, folks. Hang tight. HT Kage, so sorry I missed you there. What's up, HT Kage? Happy Wednesday, my friend. I shall be back in just a moment. Hang tight, everybody. I will be back. We'll do some stretches. Hang tight. All right, everybody, the captain's back. So sorry I had to jet off there just for a moment. Had something going on in the other room. Had to get myself some more tea while I was at it. We're going for about an hour here since our last break, so we're gonna do a quick stretch, folks. Quick stretch, then we're gonna hop back in it, see if we can finish up a couple little things here, and then wrap things up for the day on the stream. And then I got this game jam. Look, we're running out of time. 2 days left. All we got is 2 days. That time keeps on ticking. That timer keeps on ticking down. But before we continue here, we gotta take care of ourselves. The captain loves you, which means you should love you. And if you love you, you gotta love your body. And one way to love your body is to do some stretches. Hey. Are you paying attention? I see you back there. You in the back. Pay attention. Pay attention, folks. Get on up here. We're gonna do some stretches. We're gonna stretch out that lower back real quick. And everyone take a deep breath with me. Reach up into the air. Get those feet shoulder width apart if you need to. Up on your tippy toes and just engage that core. Find that balance. Stretch up as high as you can. Do a full stretch out here. Oh, it feels good. Breathe normally. That's holding my breath. Don't hold your breath. Breathe normally. Stretch here. All right, now we're gonna take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna slowly roll down. You're gonna hinge at the hips, and just hang here. Hang down, see if you can touch those toes. You don't have to touch those, we're just gonna hang here. Hinge at the hips, focus on that hinge, folks. Don't arch your back towards the ground. Instead, hinge at the hips and just hang here. We're gonna hang here for 20 seconds. Oh, it feels good. Gotta take care of ourselves. I hope you're taking care of yourself. This is a nice stretch in. Nice little stretch every hour, every 90 minutes. Top at most every 2 hours. You don't want to be stagnating there too long. Let that blood pool a little bit. Gotta take care of your body, folks. 5 more seconds. And then we're gonna inhale here. We're gonna inhale for 4 in. As we inhale, slowly roll that body up. We're gonna bring those shoulders up, back and down. Do some shoulder rolls. And back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 2, 3, 4, full arms. 2, 3, 4, bring it forward. 2, 3, 4, add the elbows. 2, 3, 4, full arm. 2, 3, 4. All right, folks, shake it out. Should feel good. I hope that felt good. It felt good for me. Did it feel good for you? Thank you so much for joining me in those stretches, folks. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful day to join me in those stretches. For joining me in those stretches, I know you did. All of you are gonna get 50 points, folks. 50 points to all of you. All 51 of you, holy moly, 51 people hanging out with me this morning. That blows my mind, folks. I know that there's plenty of things you could be doing instead, but I love you hanging out with me. We're learning. I know this isn't a normal week. Normally we're learning something new. This week we're just jamming. This week we're just jamming, getting this all in there for our game jam, folks. All right, so before we go, I know I said I wanted to add the fireball and ice spell, but I think I want to add in this sort of tower thing where when you're moving through the tower, you run out of time. You run out of time in here. And it sort of eats away at your stats. So I'm thinking, how am I gonna do this here? How am I gonna do this? And so we sort of want this like general effect on our map that says like any, every step. So we could have, I'm trying to think, do I want ongoing effect? So I'm trying to think, do I want an ongoing effect or every step something happens? I think making it do every step, it reduces it. Kind of makes sense. We have a little message so that you sort of, all of a sudden you just like your stuff's going down, you don't know what's going on. Every step it's gonna say like, oh, it's the light hurts you. It's so bright in here. You feel the sun, and it causes that meter to go up every time until you faint. And so I kind of want to create a spot in our map data for ongoing effect here. So I'm gonna open up our map data class, and I want to have an ongoing effect. that happens in sort of like every step this event will happen. And maybe we can make it so there's some exceptions to it. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what this looks like. So there'll potentially be some exceptions to it because it should only happen if we look at my yin temple. I don't want it to happen when you're in this room. This is sort of like a safe room here. So it's not until you're out in this area. So essentially everywhere there's a dot. Well, I guess I could just make it that the event happens on the dot. Ooh, so that's a little cheat. That's a little cheat I could have. Let's change this back to the dot here. Change this back to a dot. We're gonna say every time you're on a dot. Yeah, so I don't actually have to do an ongoing effect. Instead, I can make it so that this enter yin temple, we'll call this too bright event. It's gonna happen on every spot that's a dot. Every spot that's a dot, it's gonna happen. And so let's open up this script. Where's the edit script option? Where is this? Inspector. Edit script. It's gonna cause issues if I want to rename this here. Where's my script? This is our enter yin temple event. All right, so I want to rename this here. This is gonna be too bright event. Okay, we get rid of that. So that renamed it here. This is gone. So we want to open up the too bright event, and it doesn't have a dialogue. Instead, it says if you have the shade, nothing happens. Okay, so we're not going to inform the player. Instead, return false. Instead of having a dialogue pop up, this is just going to be a message. We actually don't even need this action here. It's going to be a message every time you enter one of these words. Message controller.display dialogue. Display. There's a blinding light in this area that is overwhelming. And so it's gonna cause your every time you take a step. Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense to me. All right, so now we're gonna do our player.stats. Stat. I know this is bad. Dual stat sun moon. We increase, sun is the left side, so it increases. Plus equals 10 dot value. So this should increase your sun stat by 10 every time. And so then if we have it set up properly where if one of your stats is out of balance, out of harmony, it'll say you've fallen out of harmony, and then it brings you back to the entrance. So that's the idea here. So I don't need this dialogue anymore. This needs to be renamed to too bright event in too bright. We'll call this too bright event like that. Let's check it out here. Let's take a look. See, does this build? Well, it's building. We got a new crew member, folks. Nerd Waffle. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Nerd Waffle. That nerdy waffle. Welcome to the crew. We got Nerd Waffle. That nerdy waffle. Yeah, Nerd Waffle. That nerdy waffle. Welcome, my friend, to the crew. Nerdy Waffle, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. That song was terrible, folks. Nerdy Waffle, I'm sorry, your intro theme was not up to par, for having to suffer through that, for not being so great. Nerd Waffle, I'm gonna give you 50 points. I apologize for that. And everyone for having to listen to such a terrible song, I apologize for your ears. 50 points to all of you for sitting through that. I appreciate you being here on this beautiful Wednesday. I hope you're having a beautiful Wednesday. Welcome aboard, Nerd Waffle. All right, so the too bright event is here. This every step we take, every move we make, the sun god's watching us. Every step you take. Every move you make, the sun god's watching you. All right, let's go to our player data here. Nerdwaffle says that song was great. Thanks. You're welcome, Nerdwaffle. I usually try and do my best. I really don't think it was a great song. All right, so nothing happens here. Let's balance ourselves out. So when we balance, it'll bring us back to balance here. Bring us back to balance. It also removes our shade effect. You can't see the shade effect. As we move, okay. Oh, I know why. I didn't have to close that actually because the scriptable objects. Let me adjust this. Lobster said, sorry if this was asked 1,000 times. Will the source code of this be available after the jam? It not only will be available after the jam, it's available right now, my friend. It's available at this very moment. At this very moment, you can get it. GitHub Captain Coder. What did it call it? BH something? No, look, it's available right now. You can go look at it right now if you want to. Boom, source code, open source. I'll be putting a license on this. Not all of the arts is going to be open source though. So we're gonna figure out how to get that in here. But everything else should be open source for the project. But yeah, you guys know I love giving my stuff. I love the thought of teaching here. So Too Bright event is gonna be the dot here. I think I can swap these out at runtime. Portal here. There's a blinding light that's overwhelming. Yeah, look, and so it's adjusting my stat here every time I move. So the idea is when this runs out on this next step, boom, you would pass out. Your body falls out of harmony. You have fallen out of harmony, brings you back to the entrance. Well, I wanted to test something. If I change the handlers here, I want to know if it rebuilds this at runtime or not. Let's come in here. It's too bright. There's a blinding light. If I bring balance, let's bring balance to ourselves. Balance. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. All right. If I cast shade, we should be able to just. Oh, it looks like sun's on the left side. So I actually need to. Darn it. Before I do that, I wanted to see if I could change this at runtime. Will that rebuild the map there? I can, so I can edit this without closing out my story, and it does rebuild it. Okay, cool. That was one thing I wanted to know. Okay, so it's too bright here. Let's stop that. There's a little bit, I'm going the wrong direction. It needs to go towards, no, it is filling up your sun. Sun is the left side, so the more full it is, the more sun you have. I let myself get confused sometimes. So we're gonna say though, when we pass out, okay. Rambling on. We are gonna add in get status, get add, get commit -m chore change to bright event to be per step. Oh, I forgot to reset my timer. Reset that timer, reset break. Also, the reason I changed this to work this way was because of Bloody Boring. Bloody Boring, thank you so much for, I don't know that you made this specific suggestion, but you said something that made me realize I could do this. And for your contributions, my friend, 50 points to you. Thank you so much for contributing in that way. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate all of you folks out there. Oh, and I got this delicious cup of Earl Grey tea, folks. It's so good. So good. You got to take care of yourself. I had 2 cups of coffee already. Bloody Boring, sorry I gave you more work to do. Cheers. No, it was really easy to implement. My initial thought was to make it way harder. Maybe not way harder, but my initial thought was going to be a lot harder, but this was actually really quite easy to implement. I think it's a really, really nice way to make this effect be in this area. What am I doing now? Oh, I need to make it so when you're out of balance, so every step, so our ability controller, ability grid controller, maybe it should just be in our player movement controller. Really, it's sort of like, ability. I'm gonna do it on our ability on our player ability controller. This thing is just gonna listen, say anytime our stats change. It's gonna register on our stats and say anytime our chat stats change, we check if we're out of harmony. If we're out of harmony, we go back to the entrance and we get an event. Okay, so that's the goal here. We've got another new crew member, folks. We got Ambul Cow, I would like to welcome you today. Amble Cow, how are you? How are you, Amble Cow? Welcome to the crew, my friend. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I thank you for following me. Amble Cow, thank you so much for following. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Do not hesitate to correct me on that pronunciation. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and I am a computer science educator. If you have any questions, program related or otherwise, I'll do my best to answer. That said, this week we are doing the Dungeon Crawl Jam, so I'm a little short on time. So I may not answer it immediately. I may ask you to post it on the Discord, but thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here today. And folks, I just mentioned it, but there is a Discord. There is a Discord. Do not hesitate to join the Discord. We got this awesome crew foreman on the Discord for people asking for help, sharing their resources. If you're a look, folks, if you're a streamer, I want you to join my Discord. You don't have to. But if you're a streamer, please post in your streamer info so I know who you are. And I can give you some shout outs. Make sure you include your streaming tag as well. And because I like giving people shout outs. I like promoting other people. I like all of you so much. But feel free to join, check us out, and have yourself a beautiful day over there. Sorry, I'm rambling. Sometimes I just get talking. I don't know what words. Does anyone else do that? Where you start talking, you don't know what words you're about to say, and then the words just sort of spill out of your face hole? That happens to me a lot. Words just spill out of my face hole, and I don't know what I'm going to say until it's out. Sometimes I should stop and think about what's coming out of my face hole. Okay. So, player ability controller. Is this really where I want it to happen? Maybe I need another thing. Player ability controller feels like a reasonable place to do it. But this is maybe not. Player stat controller, maybe something like that. But essentially when our stats run out, so because we have player stats, the issue here is that this is not a no behavior. The scriptable object shouldn't care about this. It's the player. You should register on the stat itself. I can just do it. Okay, I can just do it down here on the player stat itself. Oh, this isn't a mono behavior either. You know, I'm gonna go to my game manager. My player stat, when it reaches 0, if it reaches 0, I need to sort of do a thing here. Superdan says, how come you don't have channel points, cheerability, and donations? Surely you've reached the affiliate stat with 700 plus followers. Superdan, I could be an affiliate. I've chosen not to. There's a couple reasons. The number one reason is I don't like ads playing. I don't want the ads. So that's a good question. So because I'm not an affiliate, I don't get cheer points, I don't get cheerability, I don't have donations on Twitch. I don't want the ads at all. That's a big part of it. I don't need the money. That's the other thing, is I'm not doing this to try and make any money. I started out streaming just because I love streaming. I started out streaming, I'm a computer science teacher. I started out streaming because I didn't want to record videos and chop them up. And so I started streaming for the advent of code. And I taught a class last term called Intro to Competitive Programming. And so I live streamed myself doing advent of code so my students could go watch that. I wasn't planning on streaming past December 25th, but I had so much fun doing it. I met so many cool people, I couldn't help myself. I had to keep going, but I just don't want the ads. If I could do it without being forced to do ads, I would. That said, anyone who wants to support the Captain Coders Academy, you can do so on Ko-fi. Ko-fi is a great place to do it. You can also subscribe on the Discord if you would like to. But really, I don't need the money. I would much prefer people go to my Humble partnership. My Humble partnership supports Girls Who Code. This organization, Girls Who Code, who goes out and tries, basically does stuff to try and get young women to learn how to code in schools. This is an organization I've volunteered before. But if you really want to give money somewhere, I'm gonna say give it to Girls Who Code. If you want to do it in a way where you get something back, come down to Humble Bundle, click the activate support, and then for the next 24 hours, anything you purchase on Humble Bundle, 10% goes to Girls Who Code. It depends on your membership. It's somewhere between 5 and 10% of the purchase goes to Girls Who Code, and 5 and 10% goes to Captain Coder. If you actually get bundles, you can actually specify the bundles themselves target different. Oh, hang on, one sec. The bundles themselves go to different groups. That check it out button doesn't work the way I want. You can actually specify where you want the money to go. So on this bundle, you can be like, I just want direct relief to get as much as possible. So if you want to give money somewhere, give it to charity. If you really want to give it to Captain Coders Academy, you can, and I appreciate it. I appreciate if you do give it to Captain Coders Academy. The money that's coming into Captain Coders Academy, I'm planning to use for my game jam. So I have Learn You a Game Jam. Learn You a Game Jam. I'm running a game jam this summer. I'm gonna hire mentors and tutors to help out people wanting to learn how to code. So any money that does come in before this event is gonna be used directly on this event to help hire mentors and tutors. So if you want to support that way, you can as well. Ko-fi is a great way to do it. If you want, again, all right. So now I'm rambling again at this point. Let's go to my Ko-fi link here. Another way, if you want to get something out of it, I've struggled so much to ask for any sort of donations. I also provide coding sessions. I do tutoring. It's like I'm a computer science educator. I'm a teacher. I don't normally advertise this because it's kind of expensive. I know it's cost prohibitive for one-on-one tutoring. That's why I say up to 4 people. If you get up to 4 people, I will run a little class. Say you want a class on C# that's just for you and your friends. I will run a 1 week session, maybe 2 weeks, 2 week sessions for you guys. You can split the cost with me. Just reach out to me. I'll set that up. This money is all going to be going towards hiring mentors and tutors for the game jam. I know it can be cost prohibitive for some. That's why I don't normally advertise it so much. And I actually recommend just hanging out on my Discord, and I do office hours on Discord where I let people come and ask me questions, and I do my best to help you out that way. Lance says, sadly, gonna be a sick lick Lance for now, just called sick. Oh, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, Lance. That sounds horrible. I hope you feel better soon. Get some rest, get well soon. Have yourself a beautiful day, Lance. And you are welcome back anytime. Super Dan, no, thank you for asking. But yeah, I don't really need the money. And I just really enjoy streaming. That's really the biggest thing. But yeah, thank you for asking. What the heck was I doing here? I want to make it so that way we have like an on stat reaches 0. So maybe this on stat change. Maybe I can just have an event here that we register the game manager. Okay, public event action, player stat on stat is 0. So we're gonna add an event here that fires when the stat is 0. And so we're gonna say if the value is equal to max, or the value is equal to min, essentially min or max, we're gonna do on that is 0 dot invoke. Okay, so the stat becomes 0, and I kind of want to say which stat it is. So this is going to give us back the stat itself. All right. Oh, that's the wrong one. This should give us back the stat that reached 0. In case we want to know which one reached 0. And so it's going to actually do... Okay, so in this case, if we're at negative max, this dot left... this dot... Which one is our left? Parts dot left. And we're going to say if value is max, we're going to return the right stat. Right. All right. So we don't need this anymore. Oh no, we needed this at all. Before we were returning specifically the object itself. So we're going to do the left part. We're going to do the right part. Okay. And dual stat. Our game manager. Maybe our game manager registers itself. I'm gonna end up wasting a ton of time thinking about this. So instead, I'm just gonna add a little on stat run out thing into our game manager. Okay, so we're gonna add in a little thing here that says public void on out of harmony. We will run this. It's going to take in the stat that is 0 stat, and we're just going to display. There's going to be a dialog that gets displayed to the user. So dialog controller dot instance dot display dialog. The dialog is going to display is here. Is your body is out of harmony. Well, I'll get the writer to write something better here. Your body is out of harmony. You can no longer continue. You faint. And then we're gonna say that the action is wake up. Dialog controller dot set dot option dot instance dot options is going to be wake up, and this is going to bring you back to the beginning. So we'll have a little thing here called wake up, and then dot. All right, we got to create void wake up. It's going to be a function like this. Dot like that. Set options wake up. Dot. I have to make this specifically. I wish we could just make driving me nuts. Var wake up is a action. We have to make it an action like this. Why do you dislike me so much? For delitype is all right, so in this case action. There we go. Can't infer delegate types. Dot then close dialog. So when they click, it's going to close the dialog. The wake up action is going to send them back to the entrance. So this is going to be our player movement controller dot instance dot position. The beginning location is 2 is equal to, and then the player movement controller dot instance dot facing. We're going to make them face north. Direction dot north. Player movement controller dot instance dot current map. It's going to be equal to the entrance, which happens to be our entrance map. All right, so when we wake up, your body is out of harmony. You can no longer continue. You faint. And then we wake up here. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens here. We need to restore that 0 stat a little bit. Otherwise, this will... Oh, no, it'll only be the moment it happens. And then you can proceed until it happens again. Okay, so maybe we can get away with this. And then we need to register when we start. When we start, we need to say for each player stat in stats, I think. What do I call it? Player stats. dot stats. The naming is so bad here, folks. Don't write program code this bad. Please, please, whatever you do, stat dot on stat is 0 is going to be our on out of harmony. And I'm just going to rename this to handle out of harmony. Right, so whenever you run out of things, your body is out of harmony. I hate the way this is written. We need to get my writer to do a little bit better. Not my writer, our team's writer, the writer for this project. All right, so we're out of harmony. Yeah, exactly, man. We're using the observer pattern here. It's like built into C#. C# has just events built in. It's beautiful. I love it. Zuperdan says, do what I tell you, not what I do. I know exactly on this project, game dev is full. It's so here's something that one of the things I love about programming is that there's this level of freedom and creativity that you have to solve things in a zillion different ways. It's so, you know, this idea of Turing completeness says you can accomplish all the same stuff in a million different ways. And it's a matter of how you manage that complexity. Right now, the complexity is being managed very, very spaghetti-ish. It's very spaghetti. We got a lot of spaghetti up in here, but that's okay. Sometimes spaghetti can be tasty. Sometimes spaghetti can be tasty. All right, so let's look at our player data. We don't have anything on there. Let's go see if we can get this. So every step we take in this area, if we don't have the shade spell on, you'll notice we're gaining sun. And so when this reaches 0, nothing happens. Okay, so it didn't work. That's disappointing. Let's see here. Real quick though, before I move on, I gotta give another shout out to the Dev Dad. Folks, the Dev Dad's incredible here. Why didn't that work? The Dev Dad, is it just Dev Dad like that? Dev Dad, hang on, let me try. First try. Folks, if you're not following the Dev Dad's an absolute amazing software developer, streamer, and father creating a React Native app. If you want to learn a little bit about web development, not even a little bit, if you want to learn a lot of it, if you want to learn a lot of it about web development, about app development, it's going to be a web app. I think it's both. You're doing it in React Native, so it can be a phone, like a phone app and a web app. Anyway, the Dev Dad's an incredible streamer, father, developer, absolutely fabulous person, building a productivity app called Embedder in his spare time, and you can watch it all unfold on his stream. Check it out, folks. You got to check it out. This thing is awesome. And if you know, a lot of people like the Captain Coder because of the way I explain things. I think the Dev Dad explains things way better than I do. I love the Dev Dad. Check him out. Check him out here on Twitch, folks. Here on Twitch. Give him some love. Love that Dev Dad. Okay. Why didn't this register? So my question that I have is in my dual stack. I hate that I'm not writing codes here. We're gonna clamp this value here. Maybe I needed to take one more step. Debug.log reached negative max. Reached max. I'm just gonna put this little stupid debug log in here. Dev Dad says, thank you for the shout out. No, thank you, Dev Dad, for all of that you do, for all of us aspiring coders out there. You're doing excellent work by streaming. You're an inspiration, my friend. You're an inspiration. It's one of the things I actually love about streaming is people have told me how much it has inspired them to do cool things. And that's what I love about it. And you're doing the same thing, Dev Dad. You're doing it better than I could ever do. You're inspiring people every day. You said you have like an 80-day stream. You've streamed 80 days in a row. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. All right, so it is getting max there. It is triggering that it's reached the max. I'm not registered on it or something odd. Oh, you know what? I didn't set my dialog to be visible. That's what's going on. After I set these things, I actually have to do dialog controller.is instance.isVisible. Is visible. I never turned the dialog on. Okay. Let me drop these like that. Also, this Twitch community of developers, not just game developers, but software engineers, programmers in general, is one of the most amazing communities I have ever been a part of. I wish I had found this years ago. It's so awesome. Your body is out of harmony, you can no longer continue, you faint. And then you wake up here in this area. I like that. Wake up. Yeah. Okay. So now we can restore our balance by taking a deep breath, restore the balance here. We can come out. There's the dark portal here. Ooh, the dark portal's not the one I want. I want to go into the light portal. So the bright portal, I'm moving around here. Similar, I'm going to make it so the dark portal goes the other direction. All right, so we're light. I also want to add like a bright effect in here if your shade's on, but we can cast this shade spell. A protective shade surrounds you. Oh, this is interesting. I think I have these backwards. Oh no, it's using the dark. So when you use the shade, so this is my brain getting confused here. When you use, I need to change the color of these. What is game changing? I went to grab some beer. The game changing. I'm saying the developer community on Twitch is a game changer as far as just having a community of people who are so nice, so friendly, and all want to learn and improve and grow themselves. As a person who has worked in software engineering for many years as a developer professionally, there are so many software developers and software engineers that just like have this giant ego, myself kind of included. I've gotten much better at it. I used to have such a big ego when I was younger. These giant egos that they just want to make people feel dumb, feel like they know everything and that you don't know anything. In grad school, it was that way. And you guys know I'm not a bad programmer by any means. I consider myself to be quite good at programming. All right, so now we can come over here and get this deity statue of soul. We're gonna take the rune. Sweet, we got this. Okay, so I'm gonna add a similar event now to the other thing. It's so refreshing on Twitch for the most part, especially streamers. The streamers are so kind and nice and polite and trying to learn and code and develop and lift each other up. Lift each other up is one thing that's really cool about it. What was I gonna say? There's one other thing I wanted to say. I forgot. It'll probably come back to me in a minute. Yeah, every now and then you get people who want to start something in the development community. I feel like I see that frequently with people saying like, why aren't you using Unreal or why aren't you using Godot? For the most part, people are very much like, oh, use what you want. We're all learning and doing stuff together. There's a couple people that pop in every now and then. These aren't streamers though, that pop in and try and like get a little bit surly. Is surly the right word? They try and get a little bit crunchy with you. Superdan says, unfortunately, a lot of dev streams have too few viewers than what they deserve. I agree with that. DevDad says, my favorite part of Twitch is when the folk in the community are applying for jobs and they land one and come back to celebrate with everyone. Absolutely. Superdan says, and then you have those who have 2K viewers while sleeping. Yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting. Look, I really didn't understand the appeal of Twitch when I was doing it. I was mostly streaming just to get my videos on YouTube and forcing myself not to edit them. That was a big part of it initially. I was like, I might as well do the Twitch. But I don't know. I don't remember exactly what my thought process was for doing it. But I'm glad I started, and I didn't quite understand the appeal. I tried watching a few people once. I was like, I don't get it. It's the community. People aren't here really to watch the person streaming as much as it is to be a part of the community, or at least that's what it feels like to me. That's why I watch people stream. You're doing cool stuff, but you're not actually, for me, I'm not actually sitting there trying to see exactly what you're doing, but just hanging out, chatting with the person, watching them grow and build it up as they go along. So anyway, I don't know what, I'm rambling at this point. So I wanted to add a similar event to the Yang side. Too bright. We're gonna add in a too dark event now. So it's gonna be our 2 dark event. So it's gonna be our 2 dark event. 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 Yeah, Code Red, that's right. It's more like spending time with Code Red. I sort of have described it in the past as it feels like a community center. It feels like a community center where you're sort of moving around between these different rooms and seeing what people are working on. Nameless Coder says hi. Hello, Nameless Coder. How are you on this beautiful day? So nice to see you. So nice to see you. So in this case, if we have the light return false, and this will be minus equal, there is a, what is the darkness? There's a blinding light. There is an overwhelming darkness in this area. Okay, it's going really well, Nameless Coder. Thank you for asking. We're making tons of progress here. Superdan says, watching other developers on Twitch puts me in a mental dev mode. I always have a couple streams open on side monitor. Yeah, I agree with you. It's sort of like, it's also a great thing. Like if you're working on something similar, one thing, oh, okay. I'm rambling here. I'm getting excited. I'm getting sidetracked here. For me, as a streamer, I learn so much from the people in my stream. It's something that I absolutely love. I've been trying to learn Unity since January. And like I said, I really do appreciate Moonniz very, very much because Moonniz has taught me so much about Unity. CodeRad has taught me so much about Unity. I've been trying to learn these things. And when I go and watch these people, I can ask questions like, well, how did you get this thing to work? How did you do that thing? And it's awesome. I think it's awesome. Amit asked, do you think it's okay to add my kind of poorly written but finished game to my resume? I don't think it would hurt. It depends on how poor, is it playable? So the question is like, is it playable and fun? Is it just like is it something that you're proud of? If you're proud of it, then absolutely, absolutely. For the most part, I don't think it'll hurt. Depends on what type of job you're trying to go to. People, as a person who has hired software developers, I really like to find people who, the best coders, this is always the best people that I hired were people that would often say, here's all these projects I've worked on. And it doesn't have to, you don't even have to have finished a project. It's like you have this interest in these different things and you're using that as a learning vehicle. So absolutely, I think it's a good idea. It depends on like, is it something you're proud of? Is it kind of something cool? Super said, before you had a dev question, you asked it on a BBS or forum. There's a long day. Now you barely skip a beat. Yeah, Twitch makes me, so I think it's interesting that Twitch uses IRC for the chat because it feels like I'm back in like my childhood in IRC channels, talking with people in IRC channels. It says, yeah, it was my first finished multiplayer board game. It works perfectly, but I violated many solid rules. Yeah, do it and just put it on, like make a note in like the README or something that says, this was a learning project for me. And then list all the things you learned on the project. An employer, someone who's looking to hire you wants to see how you've grown from point A to point B. It's not that you're a master of solid. It's what did you learn along the way? VMT says, hello there, Cap. Hope you had a great time with that Arnar. It was wonderful, VMT. Thank you so much for popping in. It's nice to see you again. It was a wonderful vacation. I'm still on it a little bit. I kind of wish the Dungeon Crawler Jam was the first week of my spring break because at least I get a weekend before I go back into it. But this is going to be a 3 or 4 coffee day, I think. A 3 or 4 coffee day. Unique Coder says, resume with few even minimal demos is much better than resume with 0 examples. Exactly. Superdan, thank you again so much for hosting this game jam. I've been looking forward to this so long, and it's been so much fun. All right, so we have this Yin 2 dark. There's an overwhelming darkness in this area. We're gonna come in here, and in our Yang temple, we're gonna add this event in. We're going to add this event to our Yang temple. So we go to our Yang events on our map. So we have Yang here. This is our Yang map. We need to add an event when we move. Let me double check my Yang temple. It's just cups. Normally I have 2 cups of coffee a day. VMT, is it 3 or 4 cups or pots? 3 or 4 cups. 3 or 4 cups. So I did 2 cups. I'm on an Earl Grey. I'm probably going to wrap up my stream here in a minute. take a nap, and then we gotta hop back into it, and we got another like 10-hour day working on this. We're getting close. We're getting close to having a little project that works. Yeah, pots. Sounds like, I remember my dad drinking like 2 pots of coffee a day. I don't know how true that is or not, but in my mind, I remember my dad just constantly drinking coffee. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know when I've had my dad visit me before, he says stuff like, coffee doesn't affect me. Coffee does, like, he's like immune to coffee at this point. He just like has it out of habit. I'm sure if he didn't, I'd be curious if he didn't drink a coffee, if you get it like a caffeine headache. What was it? Oh, it's gonna look at my Yang map here. So here's my Yang map. Yeah, it's still dots on this. I just want to make sure it was dots. Okay, so we're gonna come in here and we're gonna add in this Yang event. So we go to our Yang events. There's gonna be a 2 dark event. Create body, mind, events, Yang. I have it in Yin right now. This needs to be in Yang. It should be in Yang here. It could also be potentially a common event. 2 dark event. This should be in the Yang area. 2 dark. Okay. We're gonna add this in. I see stuff going on in the chat. I'll get to it. I promise. I promise I'll get there. We got a new crew member too. Pop O'Neill. Give me a second. Give me a second here, and I promise I will give you a very warm welcome. If you're very patient with me, I will give you a very warm welcome. This is our 2 dark event. Am I not serializing these? These seem to clearing out. Let me go back to my Yin event. No, maybe I just didn't put them in here. This is stairs up. And this is our return to, oh no, this is acquire Yang rune. And this is return to entrance. Okay. I hope that's saving. Oh, it should be saving. All right, folks, we're gonna give this one quick test here. See if this is working in our Yang area. It should be 2 dark. It should be overwhelming darkness. So this is our bright portal. This is our dark portal. We step here. There's an overwhelming darkness. Yeah. So it does drain that. If I turn on my light source, you begin to concentrate. A ball of light is hovering with you. It turns it off. Okay, cool. That is working. Let's do a commit real quick. Let's do a commit. I'm so sorry. Normally I don't take this long before coming back to the chat. So this would be like getting nervous. Oh no, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm not paying attention. I'll get there. I'm just focusing. Git commit -m chore add 2 dark event. Okay, our Yin temple, our Yang temple are essentially complete. We're gonna have add enemies in there pretty soon. But Pop O'Neill is now the latest member of our crew. Pop O'Neill. I don't know if you know this, but I'm Captain Coder, and Captain Coder likes to welcome people to the crew using a song. Pop O'Neill, I'd like to welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy. Thank you, Pop O'Neill, for coming to the crew. I'd like to welcome you, Pop O'Neill. So welcome to the crew. Pop O'Neill, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm so glad you're here, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to catch up with the chat real quick. Zuperdan said, if I drank all the coffee I grabbed at work, it'd be several pots, but I usually take 1 or 2 sips and then forget about it and the coffee gets cold. Yeah, I usually just chug a lug. No, I sip on it, but like 1 cup every 60, 1 to 2 hours. Amrit says, how can solo developer know if their code knowledge is good or not? It's tough. I would say read books about coding practices and get people to review your code. If you join, Amit, I don't know if you're on the Discord. But you could just come into my Discord. Maybe I should add a code review request section. I don't know how much I would have time to look at all the code. It's hard to review large code bases, the other thing. One sec, let me Discord here. On the Discord, you can always say, ask for help. If you post like a code snippet, say, could someone look at this code and tell me how I could improve it? Make sure it's a small section of code. Don't want a giant project, but say, I wrote this function, it feels a little this way or that way. Could I get some feedback on it? I'd absolutely help you. Someone even in here asks about One of the whole projects we did was a crafting system. Someone said, I'm not sure how to implement a crafting system. Then it turned into a project idea, and then we made we made a whole crafting system on stream. So if you want to post and ask questions, people come in here and look at it. I'd love to do it. Love to check it out. Papa Neil, I'm doing fabulous. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm doing beautifully well. Nameless Coder says, I find that hot drinks are either too hot or too cold when you're finally able to actually drink it. Yeah, finding the perfect temperature. It's the Goldilocks of drinks. This coffee's too hot. This coffee's too cold, and this coffee's just right. All right. We also got Grassum. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the chat. What is .csm? That stands for C#, my friend. We're doing some C# coding here. Happy to have you in. Let's see here. Grassum says, so many Discord channels. I know, this is why I say you don't have to join. You don't have to join. I know there's a lot to do here. There's, I never want to give anyone too much pressure to join because I know that people have 1,000 Discords. Grassum says, can I show you what I made? What I'm going to ask you to do is show it on the Discord. Show it on the Discord. That's right, folks. We're going to be doing giveaway too. If you want to join, I'm going to add a little bit more information here. We're going to be giving away MMO Pug. Oh, I'm getting all distracted here. But Grassum, please post it on the Discord. We'll check it out. If you can't join the Discord, let me know. I can give you a little permission to share a link. I just get nervous about people sharing links here. Folks, MMO Pug, the legendary, the amazing MMO Pug has created all sorts of laser engraved Captain Coder swag. Look at this Captain Coder coasters, folks. These laser engraved look how beautiful these are. These Captain Coder coasters. Not only do we have Captain Coder coaster, we got Captain Coder card wallet, Captain Coder quad and doll. Look at that Captain Coder MMO Pug. It's amazing that you made it. Look, the deck of cards got some dice in there. Look how beautiful this is. This little card pouch here. We also got this hologram. This hologram here as well. Look at this. This hologram made by our very own MMO Pug. You're amazing, my friend. This hologram lights up. It lights up, changes colors. Come on, flash mode. I think the battery in this might be dead or dying. There we go, flash mode. And it just run. Look how cool that is. This is amazing. So we're gonna be doing some giveaways with this stuff. If you want to be part of the first giveaway, we also got tumblers. Check out this tumbler. Check out this tumbler here. This one here is beautiful. Look, it's a little hard to see. Got a Captain Coder laser engraved here. We got a big tumbler. I don't know, big tumbler. We got big tumblers as well. Check out this big tumbler. This one here, big tumbler. Look at that. We got the big tumbler. We got the little tumbler. Beautiful stuff. We also got some Captain Coder socks. Don't you want to walk around with the Captain Coder? Look at that. Captain Coder right on you. Right on your feet. Captain Coder socks, folks. We're going to be doing giveaway this weekend. If you want to be part of that first giveaway, just come in here, hit that little button, hit that little reaction to be part of that first giveaway. We'll be doing giveaways on Saturday and Sunday. Well, we are playing all of the, not all of them, but a lot of the Dungeon Crawler submissions, folks. We're playing Dungeon Crawler submissions. Let's see here. Oh, Graysome. I'd like to thank you, Graysome, for following me on this beautiful Wednesday morning. How are you, Graysome? Welcome to the crew. You are now a part of the team. Graysome, thank you for following. Graysome, thank you so much for following, my friend. I appreciate you. The dev says, too few winners of your Game Jam win one. Too few winners of your Game Jam win one. I'm not sure what you're saying, Dev Dad. Oh, top few winners win one. Oh, actually on my Game Jam, folks, we'll probably have some more giveaway stuff in there. The Game Jam is actually, where's the cat? Learn you a Game Jam. Captain Coders, learn you a Game Jam, folks. In June, 2 months, 12 days away. It's quite a ways away, but the Learn You a Game Jam is all about learning something. If you do this Game Jam and you also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog sharing what you learned with everyone else in this, you are entered. It makes you eligible to win the Most Educational Award, which is $250. Me and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing your devlog, blogs, and vlogs to find which one we think is the most educational. The winner's gonna win $250, folks. $250. Additionally, just by submitting a devlog, blog, or vlog, you are entered to win one of 5 $50 prizes, folks. You don't even have to submit a devlog, blog, or vlog. If you just want to make a game and you're not worried about learning something, that's also okay. You can join the jam. But if you submit a vlog, you enter to win a $50 prize. I'm going to see, we'll probably do some more prizes as well. I don't know what those to be, but I know for sure that these are set in stone. I've talked to some lawyers, talked to some people to figure out whether or not, how I can do this, what I can do, and I can do this much here. So I'm at the very least doing that. Other prizes, non-cash prizes, are certainly available as well. So join Learn You a Game Jam. It's a little bit further. It's a little bit further down, but thank you so much for asking. I don't know if anyone asked about this. Thank you so much for being here. This is gonna be my game jam in June, folks. Do I need to participate 100%? I don't quite understand the question on that. You don't have to, like, if you learned something, submit your vlog. Still learning. Yeah, so the whole point of this is to learn something. Folks, all of the money that is currently going into, so if you go to Ko-Fi, go to Coffee, Humble Bundle, Discord, any donations that are made to Captain Coders Academy right now, folks, any donations that are made to Captain Coders Academy, I'm gonna be hiring tutors and mentors to help out during this week with people. So you can come in, join the Discord. There's gonna be people there that you can live chat with and try and get help during that time. So any money that gets donated to Captain Coders Academy will go directly to this game jam up until that point. So just wanted to throw that out there. You don't have to, look, we are all here to learn code and grow together. I know I'm rambling here. But yes, was your previous job a sales rep? Fast chat? No, it wasn't. I wasn't. I just talk a lot. I was not a sales rep. I've never been a sales. That's not true. I did work in sales. I sold pest control. I used to sell pest control door to door for one summer. I sold pest control door to door. Fabulous way to make fabulous little job for a young what am I saying here? Fantastic way to make money for a young person, door-to-door sales. Hot. Fast Chat says, for code reviews, if people are picking your code apart, it's not to degrade you, it's to make you better develop. Exactly. Okay. Where are we at here? So I finished a lot on this today. We didn't quite finish all of our goals, but we added in a bunch of other stuff. We didn't add in a fireball spell. We didn't add in an ice spell. That's okay. I'm going to be hopping off here. Captain Coder is going to go take a nap. I'm not going to stream more today. I'll be back tomorrow. We got to finish this up tomorrow, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back Friday, same time, every day this week. I will be back streaming. If you want to join the Discord, I might hop into the Discord chat. Sometimes I do what's called office hours, where I hop in here and I answer questions. This week's super busy though, but we're going to find someone to raid, folks. We are going to find another developer to raid real quick. Let's see who's on. Thank you everybody so much for being here. I absolutely love you guys very, very much. Let's see, who do we have right here? Let's see. We got Full of Games. Clayman Dev is pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, so not a whole lot of people on right now. You're saying Funi. So I want to keep it as developers. Clayman is a classic. Acorn is great. All right, so we got a suggestion for Acorn. Let's take a look at Acorn 1010. Let's see, what is Acorn 1010? How long have they been streaming? What are they doing? Okay. End game screen ecosystem message system. Well, they got 94 viewers. I'd like to keep it. I kind of like rating the smaller viewers. It's got a lot of viewers over there. Let's see. I think we're gonna raid Clayman Dev or Zackifier. Zackifire's on. Zackifier is underrated. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Zackifier actually. I appreciate the suggestions. I appreciate them very much. I do like to raid people who I try and raid people who have smaller crowds, just underrated people. Always playing a game, not doing game development. Okay. Gaming today. Gotcha. All right. Well, I don't have anyone else to raid, so we're gonna go Acorn 1010, folks. Acorn 1010, because Clayman's already been streaming for 6 hours, so I don't want to hop in there. It's gonna be a rough raid there. So we're gonna do raid And I don't have a lot of time to figure out who we're going to raid 1010, folks. And I want to check them out too. I haven't seen them before. But as always, folks, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and have yourself a beautiful day. You are welcome back anytime. Anytime. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Everyone, 54 viewers. Holy moly. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. That blows my mind. I can't believe that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will be back tomorrow. I appreciate you all very, very much. Have yourself a beautiful day.